Doctor.
Young for no reason. Popping tags up an echelon for no reason. See this bad little John, she was perfect. I let her push the foreign right now, is she worth it? Falling in the middle of the club, no jersey. I don't want no liquor cause I've been drinking that dirty. Bring that ace by the case, my niggas with me. Bring some ice for my cup, I drink with me. Diamond, so we dancing. Diamond, so we dancing. Diamond, so we dancing. Diamond, so we dancing. I'm familiar with this cash flow, and if you're jiggy, you can vouch for me. I did it my way, you can vouch for me. I put the cocaine in the powder and the couch on me. Whenever I step outside the house, I get the Glocky on me. Bad bitches wanna come by the paparazzi on me. I got so many bad bitches that I barely want them. I'm better paying attention, baby, on your substance. I know you spent some time on your makeup and your outfit. Diamond, so we dancing. Diamond, so we dancing. Diamond, so we dancing. Diamond, so we dancing.
Doctor.
I really hope you play this, cause oh girl, you test my patience with all these seductive photographs and all these one-off vacations you've been taking. Clearly a lot for me to take in, it don't make sense. Young East African girl, you too busy fucking with your other man. I was trying to put you on game, but you want a plane, take you and your mama to the motherland. I could do it, maybe one day, when you figure out you're gonna need someone. When you figure out it's all right here in the city and you don't run from where we come from. That sound like poetic justice. Poetic justice. You was so new to this life, but goddamn, you got adjusted. I mean, I write poems and these songs dedicated to the fun sex, your natural hair and your soft skin and your big ass and that sundress. Ooh, good God, what you doing that walk for? When I see that thing move, I just wish we would fight less and we would talk more. They say communication save relations.
Doctor.
Never gave a damn, I ain't never gave no fuck. No, fell out with them hoes, we ain't never make it no fuck. Back for everything I ever lost, I'm on the knee. Let's go, we turned the whole house into a booth, we in the kitchen. Let her cook, big low cook the frying shit. Hey, let her cook, okay. Too much cake out bad, big on squad. Let her cook, all this sauce I'm trying shit. Let me cook, big low come through, shut shit down, I'm bringing hoes out. Run up on this shit you want, I'll swing your balls out. If them hoes ain't bad as glow, then put them hoes out. Got my ankles on your nigga's shoulder, earn them toes out. Let's get it smooth. Let her cook, big low come through frying shit. Hey, let her cook, okay. Too much cake out bad, big on squad. Let her cook, all this sauce I'm trying shit. Let me cook,
Doctor.
never gave a damn, I ain't never gave no fuck. No, fell out with them hoes, we ain't never make it no fuck. Back for everything I ever lost, I'm on the knee. Let's go, we turned the whole house into a booth, we in the kitchen. Let her cook, big low come through frying shit. Hey, let her cook, okay. Too much cake out bad, big on squad. Let her cook, all this sauce I'm trying shit. Let me cook, big low come through, shut shit down, I'm bringing hoes out. Run up on this shit you want, I'll swing your balls out. If them hoes ain't bad as glow, then put them hoes out. Got my ankles on your nigga's shoulder, earn them toes out. Let's get it smooth. Let her cook, big low come through frying shit. Hey, let her cook, okay. Too much cake out bad, big on squad. Let her cook, all this sauce I'm trying shit. Let me cook,
Yo. Shouts out to everybody on a Wednesday. Yeah, I'm saying. My layout look
What's up,
kind of
y'all?
crazy. What's up, y'all? How is
Hey,
everybody doing today?
I'm good. I'm better this weekend. I don't know. This was cold. Did y'all get
You
any of
still
that?
feel like it? still feel like the weekend. Shit.
Mm-hmm. In
We're
a
in
way.
negative digits, so yeah.
Oh my God. Oh my goodness.
Um,
Yeah, it's definitely hoodie season. Um, yeah.
y'all ain't
I
got
like the
no
hoodie
hoodie. I'm
though.
the only one dressed for the weather right now. You know what I'm saying?
I
You
have
know
my
what?
jacket.
Hey, I like your hoodie.
That's a autumn denim jacket. That's autumn. This is the
But
fall.
I'm
You know what
indoors. Listen, you want me in my winter coat?
I mean? Shit. You gotta be in
Nah.
and creative. You definitely far from a long way from New York. It must be nice to not wear a North Face.
Can
You
y'all
know what I'm
hear
saying?
me?
Bubble jacket.
Yes,
Yeah,
We could
we
hear
can hear
you.
you.
we can hear
Okay,
you.
yeah. Yeah. I got good weather here.
You see, must be
No
nice. Don't
complaints.
don't rub it in too much. You don't. You know what I mean? Don't rub it in too much. You know.
No complaints.
Yeah, say somebody gotta, be a recipient of it. I'm not hating.
I'm
Definitely glad
hating.
it's
I'm
been.
definitely
Oh
hating.
my
You
God.
hate it?
Yeah, I realized last week somebody said, "Don't let people shame you for hating. If you got a justified reason to hate, just hate." And I felt free after hearing that shit. I really needed to hear that shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When
He
I
he
go outside,
needed to
it's
hear
nice
that.
and sunny. I feel the sun. I can wear a short
Yeah,
sleeve
man.
shirt. I can walk around the block. I'm
Just
gonna just
send
go
us a
to the
little bit
gym.
of it. Bottle it up.
Hmm. I was thinking, yeah, since it is actually hoodie season, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think I'm ready to go ahead and cop something new. I
Okay.
love a good hoodie. I love a good hoodie. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's comfortable. As soon as I get home from work, like, I'm just like comfy time. So, Doc, why don't you do me a favor real quick?
Who's that?
I want to see what you got on your Not for Humans uh on your
Uh
store.
oh.
Yeah.
Let me pull that shit up. Let me
Think
see.
I'm ready to cop something. I think I'm
412.
ready to cop. Hoodie sounds good. Little beanie. You already stole my beanie shit, man. Still
Oh
mad.
no, no. Where is that shit? Make sure
I'm
my
still
shit is
mad
right.
because I wanted the one with the pom pom on it. You know what I'm saying?
If I see you would start wearing it too much, I'll stop wearing mine because I don't like people to be trying to bite my shit. You know what I mean? I'm
Man,
going to
bite
stop
your
wearing
man,
it. You got
please.
it. You got
It's a
it.
good.
You
Everybody
got it.
likes a good little pom pom, toboggan. It's nostalgic.
Mm.
Oh,
This
what you
is the
got right
stuff that's up there. I think I need to make some more spring shit. You
there?
know,
Yeah. I
I'm
mean,
actually
it's
about to
about
get this
fun
hoodie right here. I fucks with this hoodie right here. I
with the
got a
white one.
black. Yeah, it's just that something that's white and this big of a clothing, that shit's gonna get dirty fast. Well, it depends on where you at. If I wear white, it's not a go no way that I'm outside too long. You know what I mean?
Right, right, right. Okay. What you got for the okay? That's what I'm like. What you got for the ladies? There we
I
go.
think this right here, the crop hoodie, that's kind of stylish. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Or even just the one of the normal hoodie, the uncrop hoodie, but just in your size is gonna fit because it actually fit good on your body. It don't fit like it's not like them oversized hoodie. You know what I mean?
All right. So
Hmm.
they pretty like true to size. Is that what you saying?
And because of the elastic at the bottom, it's kind of snug, so it's like fit. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah,
Mm.
I like that. I don't like no
Because the
sloppy,
crop,
sloppy clothes. You know what I'm saying? I still like it to, have some type of,
It is.
even if it's relaxed type of clothes, like some type of like, you know, structure to it, if that makes sense. Like I said, with the
okay.
waistbands and all that extra stuff. Like I like that.
Yeah, I think one of the crop hoodie is cool.
Mhm.
But if you're somewhere where it's extra cold, imagine the crop, you'll still be cold because you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know what
it's
it was
crop.
like. The shit was, I don't know,
Remember?
unreasonably cold. I
Oh
don't
yeah,
know.
it
It
don't be
wasn't
that
below
cold down here
zero.
in Georgia.
So I
Yeah,
won't complain
we
too
probably the coldest we probably got was like what 30 something the other day. I think up where
much.
Giz at it was snowing. I don't even see no snow.
Man,
You
it
Mm.
know.
was down in the teens out here at night. I don't know. I'm just glad I wasn't the people who lived across the street. They obviously had a pipe that burst or something because, You can just see
Dang.
the water down their driveway. That wasn't.
Oh, I nearly fell though walking my dog because somebody pipe burst and there's water in like where I'm in my complex, you know what I'm saying? So when I go out, when I'm walking my dog, I'm walking my dog after the show because it's nighttime. So I'm not even seeing that shit. I nearly fell on my shit, you know what I mean? I could have probably sued their ass, probably could have come up on some bread, you know what I mean? On some JP shit, you know.
I'm mad.
Really good
Yeah.
too.
I just.
Did
I'm
y'all
sorry.
see
Just see it in my brain right now.
did y'all see well y'all probably only seen Anton Daniels and Corey on y'all timeline. But did y'all see Princella? What about Auntie Princella? Y'all forgot about Auntie.
Oh, I seen
Princella.
it.
I ain't forget
I was
about.
gonna-
I ain't forget about Priscilla.
What did you
Go
see?
ahead, creative. Sorry.
Oh, I seen it. You saying she's on the TED Talk thing?
Yeah, she's doing a TED talk, you know what I mean? And
I was
show
gonna tell
so too.
you don't play that because they not nice on YouTube when you play their stuff.
Oh, TED talk don't like
Yeah,
damn.
I was gonna let you know that from the get go.
Alright, you know what? This is what I'm about
Probably
to
like
do.
Jubilee, huh?
Now we could play it because we could play the audio. So I guess we're not gonna see her that much. I'm about to at least show her one time so y'all see it.
Yeah, why
So
not?
this
I
is
mean, I haven't seen
right
it.
here.
What's the topic of her TED Talk?
What if love isn't unconditional? What
Oh,
if love isn't I think most things are conditional. I can't off the bat. I can't tell you something that's genuinely unconditional. You know what I'm saying? But I'm about to take it down and we could play this shit in the background. I think love is conditional because maybe there's forms of unconditional love like parent to kid love. But you could love somebody and then if they do something, the conditions change. You know what I'm saying? Saying some shit is unconditional is regardless of anything. The conditions don't change. You know what I mean? But I think damn near everything is conditional for the most part. You know what I mean? What y'all think?
I mean, yeah, I mean, because I mean, you can't. Okay, everybody, we have
No,
to.
I disagree. But go ahead.
Of course you do.
You
Sure you do.
disagree? Okay. Well,
A
let's
mother,
just.
go ahead. A mother's love is unconditional. So
Yeah.
It should be.
Well, okay.
It
It
could be.
depends
Yeah,
on
it
what
should
people
be and it could be.
perceive as love.
Hmm?
And I'll anecdote. I mean, I don't know. I was privy to this. I used to be a caretaker, right? So for one of the people that I used to work for, they went to Al-Anon meetings because that was a part of their life. I mean, okay, that wasn't, my business, but I was just there to transport them, support them during because they were in a wheelchair and stuff like that, be in the room, be privy to the information. And one of the things that I really picked up from that was how difficult it was for a lot of these people, mothers, usually room full of women, it was rarely men in the meetings that I went to go see. But Al-Anon is for those who don't know, is a support group for individuals who live or with a family member or like an intimate type of like partner who suffers from alcoholism. So Al-Anon is for the sober person who has to deal with the disease of the alcoholic person, right? So when even sometimes they're your child and they're repeat felons, they're in jail, they're agitated, they want to get out of there, they're calling you as their mom, asking you to do whatever you can to get them out, if it means sacrifice. And these women have to say, well, I had to make a decision. Do I pay my rent or do I help my son or my daughter who is basically going to get out of jail and do it again? You know what I'm saying? So sometimes I think love comes, it's a difficult type of concept because people see love in different ways. It doesn't mean I just give you whatever you want. I give you what you need, sometimes. And that means even saying no. So that's why I say, I think it is conditional to a certain point because you can't just let people run all over you and destroy your life just because they want to do
I don't.
things the way they want to.
I think for I think most relationships, whether it be romantic relationship, your family, whatever it is, the love that you got for them is very conditional. You know what I mean? It is. We humans, we feel a way. You know what I'm saying? I think it's conditional, but the love for like a mother and and a kid, or a parent and a kid, I think that might be more closer to unconditional love. That might be the closest thing. But as far as relationships, I don't know about that shit. You know.
So I have a question. So can you still like love somebody like unconditional? You still love the person. You just don't like their actions of what they did in the past, but
Mm.
you still love them, for their essence and their spirit. You still love them because that's your family, that's your blood, but you just don't agree with some of the things that they do.
But to be honest with you, creative, that
Mhm.
is more uncommon than it is common. That's the only reason I'm saying it. I'm not saying unconditional love don't exist. It could
Mhm.
exist. There's people that have Stockholm syndrome. No matter what this other person do them, they still love that person. So I'm saying it could exist, but I
Mhm.
think that is more of a minority than conditional love. I think the majority of love is conditional. It's just that the conditions be so maybe the conditions is flexible or something, you know what I'm saying? But it's conditions. It just seems unconditional, but I'm pretty sure if we was to really, you know what I'm saying, zoom in, there's shit that could make that love just disappear, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
What you think, Candy?
Yeah,
You think
I
there
have
I
a
is
think
difference
that
of
they're
opinion.
contemplating.
okay.
I am, because I'm thinking of cases where there are children who have like drug addicted parents, addicts, and these kids still love their parents. Like in most cases, like I've heard people say that kids who have been neglected or their fathers left end up loving those fathers more than the fathers that stay. Like some I've heard people say things like that, but I feel like I look around, like, if you have people who might have addictions in your family, those children don't stop loving the parent because the parents messed up. In fact, a lot of cases, I feel like they crave the love of that parent more, so much so that those kids end up being parentified and
Mm.
taking on adult roles to take care of that parent. Um, I think in a lot of ways, the unconditional love is between child and parent up until a certain age or a certain level of awakeness.
Oh, so you're saying the reverse is more you're saying the reverse. You know what? I would say I still think the parent to child is more unconditional because it's like they're sacrificing. But I would say if I had to choose like a number two, it would be parent to kid, because most times, even if a parent is verbally abusive to a child, instead of hating the parent, that child gonna hate themselves because they love their parents so much, they even love them more than they self. And a lot of times,
Exactly.
if you keep telling a kid they're stupid, they're not gonna resent you for saying that they're stupid. They're gonna actually resent themselves for being
They
stupid because they
internalize.
believe you, right?
Yeah.
I'm trying to look it up on Chat GPT to see which one is more common, right? Is conditional versus, let me see on.
Yeah, because I've seen.
There's a lot of
Oh, let
cases
me.
where, and when I brought up the kid example, you will have people who will give birth to children and not have a maternal bone in their body. And then you'll have fathers who don't care at all about the kids, but the kids will still be sitting outside waiting on them to come pick them up, weekends and whatnot. Like, I don't know. I think not to discount a parent's love, but the parent has to have love within themselves first before they can ever give it to their child, is my personal belief. But I believe
Mm,
that your children are born with natural love for you. And there are things that you can do throughout the course of their lives and yours to taint that love.
mm, okay.
I
I
mean,
just looked it up. It said unconditional love is mostly talked about because most people, I think it's taboo to say that your love got conditions, so most people don't say or even think about the conditions for loving somebody else, right? but it says that unconditional love, even though is more um even though people talk about it more, that shit is more rarer than conditional love. So conditional love is way more practiced than unconditional love. What's up, LG? Yeah, so the unconditional love shit, I think that shit is rare. I think there's even family members. I don't see family members that stop messing with each other. You know what I'm saying? I think the love is very conditional. You know.
Mm.
But don't you think that, I mean, especially in certain dynamics like family, like where you can't help what ties you together, there's some
Mm.
people who take advantage of that. Do you, like, again, compromise and just put yourself and what you got going on in jeopardy just because they know that you're the loving cousin or sister or brother or whatever that's just going to help them out? When does that become enabling? Again, that doesn't mean that you don't love them, but if they're doing things or participating in certain like cycles or whatever, that's, you know, that they ain't trying. You know what I'm saying? Like, at
I
what
think
point
the idea I think
doing?
the idea of unconditional love make people abuse that shit. I think if
Yeah.
more people knew that
Yeah.
love is conditional, I think they would be less likely to try to take advantage of that shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Mhm.
especially like when, like I said, when it comes to family, because of like what did they do to earn that spot? Nothing. They're just related to you by blood, versus other people who might actually, like you say, like people say, go through the trend. We've been through stuff together, like shoot, we was, chipping in just to eat a meal and blah, I've heard a lot of different things. So it's a lot of different other things that kind of like made people choose, those types of situations and earn each other's respect, earn each other's trust and things like that, versus people who might feel entitled. And I'm not saying this is all the time because all family members don't treat it like this, but everybody got at least one in their family. Let's keep it real. You know what I'm
Or a
saying? Who
few,
just
or a few.
can't get right,
Mhm.
you
Yeah.
know? And it's just like, at what point in time do we say, I love you, but I cannot allow, what I'm saying? I cannot help you facilitate certain things or certain actions in your life just because we fam. I think there's conditions.
I think even with family, you gotta put up your boundaries, and I think part of putting up your boundaries, let them know was your conditions. You know what I'm saying? If you cross this boundary by this amount of yards, you know what I'm saying? You already know the terms. Everything got terms of condition. I think it's healthy to have conditions and shit. You know what I mean?
I
I
mean,
want
yeah, in a lot of in a lot of situations, I mean, like, are you really going to expect the other person to care more about you than you would about yourself? Most of us
Exactly.
would say no.
I don't
nah,
think it's
yeah, I would say
possible.
no. I would say I wouldn't expect it because I would to me is people default set into preserve like self-preservation. I think that is embedded in us. So I won't assume that somebody's gonna put me before them. But it do happen. Sometimes you might be abusing a family member, abusing their kindness, abusing their love for you, and you don't even know because you might not know that they put in you before themselves. Especially when you like a younger person. A lot of younger people don't even notice that shit when their parents is putting them first and shit like that. It don't even cross your mind until you get older. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I do want to play some of Princella's stuff, but I'll play it in the background. Y'all let me know when you want to stop it. As a matter of fact, let me speed it up to 1.5.
What if love isn't unconditional? What if the very idea that love
Is
should
it
have
too
no
low?
limits?
Oh damn, is it loudest? Y'all can hear it?
I can
Mhm.
hear
You
it.
can hear?
I hear it,
Alright,
yeah.
cool. Let me
No
rewind.
What if love isn't unconditional? What if the very idea that love should have no limits, no structure, and no reason is the very belief that's keeping us from ever experiencing it fully? When I was a child, I enjoyed learning, reading, writing, and a variety of other academic subjects. I also enjoyed the full range of sports and arts. But more than anything, I poured myself into drawing. Because when I was drawing, I felt free, I felt alive, and I felt loved. Because unfortunately, my childhood was not filled with love, especially from those who were closest to me. There's one memory that stands out to me in particular. I came home one afternoon with a folder full of sketches of the little world that I built for myself. And before I got an opportunity to put it away, my mother snatched my folder and ripped it to shreds. Within seconds, everything that I created was destroyed. And I remember standing there, frozen, as I watched the small world unravel. And in that moment, my sense of self collapsed, leaving me to question love in its entirety. Years later, I would join the military, a decision that was driven by equal parts discipline and escape.
I don't know. Princella was in the military. That explains a lot of shit.
That's part of her, like, even I guess her resume of how she's even able to talk about leadership the way that she has. I don't know, the way that she said that she was ended up being ranked and the type of training that she's received and blah blah blah. So
she had lead. So you're saying she had leadership rank in the military?
According to her, yeah.
But it was called into question by several people, so we're just going to catch it.
According
see
to
it?
her,
I gotta ask.
allegedly, yes. According to her, allegedly.
Well, let's just keep it going.
There is where I would learn leadership, discipline, and how to stand when everything around you wants to fall. For years, I waited for an apology. I waited for her to acknowledge all that was done, all the abuse, and for her to rescue me from the story that she had written for me. But she didn't. And ultimately, she never would. So one day, I stopped waiting. And I sat in a room and I thought alone to myself, she couldn't give me what she didn't have. And even though she didn't do the best that she could, she did the best that she knew how. And that is the moment that I forgave my mother. And I realized that forgiveness comes by way of love, not the other way around. I didn't forgive to excuse what she had done. I forgave to free myself from it. You see, love is far more complex than we've ever been allowed to believe. It is not something that you can seek in or from others. It is something that you build and ultimately become within yourself. And the process of becoming...
I believe that. Y'all agree with that? Let me play, bro.
That love
Yeah.
starts from within.
She's saying that love is not something you could find. It's something that you build or you grow. What do y'all think?
Starting with yourself,
don't-
right? I'm sorry. Go ahead, Candy.
Again, I disagree. I think when it comes to babies and to children, they come out loving them. Like, I would consider that love. I don't know what else anybody else would call that, but I think the babies love you. I don't know. So I'm stuck on that point because I've seen too many examples where kids are in foster care still wanting to go back to abusive parents. Like, I don't know if you would consider that Stockholm more so than love, but like, her point is unconditional love from her mother to her. I'm talking about unconditional love from her to her mother. Layers, like Travel once said.
Well, with kids in general, I mean, you're it's like an invisible cord, you know what I'm saying, that attaches you. I mean, I have a friend who was in the foster care system, and I mean, it's been pretty much like her life's mission to locate her biological family. And luckily she has with some of her siblings and things like that. She's got to meet her mother, you know, but it's just always this longing because in a traditional setup or whatever, for a young boy, their mother is their first, is their epitome, is their archetype of what a woman is. It's their first love and vice versa, So if you don't have that, like I said, if you're you cannot deny the connection that you will always have with your mom. You sat with her, you know what I'm saying? And she sat with you during the first 9 months of your life, you know what I'm saying? Like of your development and everything, heartbeat to heartbeat, breath to breath. Like you can hear voices and stuff, you know what I mean? Like depending on who's around you, fathers, whoever, just talk to the belly, that stuff really does matter. You gonna see a little kick, you gonna see, and it's beautiful, but it matters, you know what I'm saying? And when kids don't
What is
have
that love? What is that love? I just looked it up and it says
I don't think
love
that
is
it's
not like
necessarily love.
like we don't got like a love instinct, but we got like an attachment instinct, and it could be based on survival. They ain't said it here, but I'm thinking it's based on survival because it is in our, like we got a natural instinct to survive. If something come flying, you're gonna dodge it. Your reflex will kick in, or else you would have just naturally not try to run from danger or not try to divert danger. Whether you run from danger, you move the danger out of the way, you know what I'm saying? I think it's in our nature to survive. So the attachment is more of an instinct, but that same instinct they say it could grow into love. Let me look it up. It says babies are born with attachment, right? But love is what that attachment grows into, right? They say it's not a love instinct, but we got a bonding instinct, like attachment instinct, right? And that bonding and attachment instinct could turn to love. Because let's say you got a baby and you detach them from the moms at a young age, they'll grow to love whoever raised them. Sure, they might try to connect back with a parent after knowing and stuff like that, but that's just like you feel like a part is missing that you're trying to connect. But I don't think that's they necessarily love them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you can say that.
Shouts out to Fighter. He said, "What's up to the ladies?"
Hi, Fighter.
I guess it just, like I said, depends on what people define as love. Like we've talked about this on previous lady shows, Doc. You know, for me personally, I don't think that it's a magic spell. It's not dust. It's like, you know, of course, you guys, you know, you get to know somebody and you might, I hate to say the word potential, whatever, you know, but you take into consideration their background, the makings of them, where they are right now, where they're trying to go. And it's more of like a conscious decision to just support that person. You know what I'm saying? Just to share and just like, you know, whatever it might be, good, bad, or indifferent, you know, because there's a lot that they might be going through, you might be going through, and the other person could actually like help each other out. You know what I'm saying? Like just giving a different perspective. So I think it's more of love is more of a choice. But what do y'all think? What do you think? What do y'all think love is?
So I've been watching Princella and you know her takes and whatnot. This is not, I
Damn
don't
shame.
agree with everything she says, but some of the things she says doesn't make sense when it comes to love, because she thinks about love as being an action verb, is something that you show up and you do daily because you're
Mm.
showing your love. So you know you don't cheat. You're dedicated. You're there. You're caring. You know you're supportive. You show up. You show out.
But why though?
But you say why?
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's naturally inside of you. Maybe because if you both are exchanging that energy, you have no point but to give it. But I don't know. You said it was.
So
That's
y'all
a good
saying I
question.
don't know.
She said her heart was romantic on the
Sometimes
piano. I love
it gives
it.
you
I
a
don't.
vibe.
I don't know if
Can't help it.
y'all saying that love.
Yeah,
So
you
you
can't
saying
help it. That's a good one,
so you
LA.
saying that love is a
No, I was quoting you.
so you saying that love is a choice?
I think it is.
In some cases, yeah, it's a choice.
I mean,
Act on.
if,
I don't know.
like I said, after some conversations and y'all vibing, and like I said, okay, we're not in the corny cliche of where do you see yourself in 5 years, but like you sitting around, you might just be doing nothing and be like, you know what? The other day I was thinking about this great idea, and you just start like really like laying this shit out to the person that you vibing with. You know what I'm saying? They'd be like, you know what? That's actually pretty dope. And I'm seeing them in a consistent way whenever we get together. You know what I'm saying? It's a great time, you know, and this is just I guess, in a perfect world or whatever. But at some point in time, all those things are taken into consideration and they're added up and they equal a certain number. You know what I'm saying? And that number probably comes out more of like, you know what? It may probably
So
makes
what
more
about people
sense
who fall in
to,
love?
hmm?
What about people who fall in love? Is
Isn't
that
that action? Isn't that action?
no? But I'm saying I'm saying it is an action, right? Love
Yes,
could
sir.
be a noun and an action, right? But still, I'm wondering how much control of that do you have? You know what I'm saying?
I
Are
think
you
it.
are you making a choice to love somebody? Because I'm thinking love is not the choice, but how you choose to express the love. That might be the choice. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
I
What do
think it
you
happens over time. There. It's not. I don't believe in like love at first sight. If it's love at first sight, it's usually lust or limerick.
Mm, yeah.
Um, but I think if it is love, love takes time to build. It takes familiarity. I think love feels like home too. I don't even really know how to describe that. I
Organic.
don't think that it's, yeah, it's organic and it's something that definitely builds. So Princella's not wrong about that when it comes to, you know, adults, and especially when it's outside of like family relationships. It's definitely something that I feel like takes time to build.
Mhm.
Mm. I could see it. I could see that. I definitely don't see it as something that you just like just choose. You know what I mean? Like it just, you know what I
You
mean?
just,
Like, 'cause-
but
but you know what though? You know
you
what
have
though?
to think that you
Arranged
have to believe
marriages.
that you can just be like actually just looking down at your phone and you bump into somebody, y'all lock eyes and like, is that how it
No,
happens?
no,
Like
no,
it's
no,
just
no, no, no.
like I said, a spell.
No,
It's
I'm
not
not saying
certain.
like that.
I
I'm
think it is
saying
a choice.
I'm
You
saying
choose who
it's
you
not a.
fuck with for real and who you don't. Come on,
So,
dog.
all right, look at this. So if you dealing with somebody, could you stop yourself from falling in love with them? Let's say you dating somebody, y'all going out, y'all spending
Mhm.
time, and you start feeling like you're in love
Hold
with them. Could
on.
you be like, "Hey, wait, stop the love"? Could you do that?
I think, like I said, we should ask I guess the guy on the panel, not you. Like you're the only guy, so like you just have to represent all men right now. I'm sorry, but men kind of men kind of have this way. I mean, I've heard it literally like y'all can sleep with people that y'all don't like. You know what I'm saying? You can sleep with people that you don't even find attractive. You know, like you guys have a way of like, showing love, right? In another person's perspective and not even caring. So it's like I'm kind of really confused. Like y'all definitely choose who y'all mess with and take seriously and choose to love
That is
versus all the random women who you have connections with, you spend time with, you philander with, whatever, but you
Mhm.
go choose that one
But
to invest in. It's a choice.
you kind of got away from the question, though. He says if you're starting to fall, can you stop yourself? Do you think? Because I feel like somebody. I don't know that I can necessarily
Starting
say
to
that about
fall. I
myself, but
think you could.
I definitely believe that the person that you're in love with or falling in love with could stop you. Because somebody, just like they can talk themselves. I can't think of a better analogy, so y'all work with me on
Yeah,
this one.
you.
Somebody be like,
talk themselves
Yeah, yeah.
out the draws.
"Thank you."
So you're saying. So
Straight
you're
out the
saying that.
draws. Like,
So
damn, I
you're
was
saying
so
that they
guilty.
stop,
Never.
but that's they stopping you. I'm wondering if you could stop yourself. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying?
Yes, you could. You
We
could be
can go back.
like, yeah.
I'm sorry, go ahead, creative.
Oh, I was gonna say you could be like, this is not gonna work. We're not about to get heartbroken. We're not about to do this.
It goes
You
back to
know, we have to
boundaries
smart and
and
logically.
yeah,
But don't the
boundaries and
feel.
what you know, what type of person that you are and what you can and cannot deal with. Like, I don't think that people should
Does
be
that turn the feeling off? It's like, do you just flip the switch and it's just you stop having that feeling for them?
it's
That is crazy.
if you put it in those terms and in that like logic, it's just as easy and it makes just as much sense for women to be able to do it as men based
Mm.
off of the certain circumstances
No,
of
but
that.
we don't.
That's
But you
hard.
attaching sex to
Women
love.
they get in their feelings and they don't be thinking
But you
about
attaching sex to love. You
all the
say a guy.
problematic things that the men do. They be
You
like,
said a
"Oh,
guy could. You
you
said a
can
guy
you
could
can
have
grow out of
sex with
that."
women. Wait a minute. You said that a guy could have sex with women that they're not even feeling. But that don't means that he
That's what I
loved the
heard y'all
woman.
say.
Yeah, that's true. But that don't means we love that woman. Like, or
No,
that
I
don't got
said
nothing to
that's
do
a
with
way
love.
of showing love, though, because you don't know what that translates to that woman. She's not just thinking, "Oh, okay, yeah, I'm finna just
Having
get
No,
some
sex
it's
is
love."
not
SDJ. It's
having sex is
SDJ.
not the main way that men show love at all.
Okay, so how do men
Okay, but
show
to a
love?
woman, she don't
Men
know
show
it,
love.
and she's not thinking that. I'm sorry. Go ahead, creative. It's
I
not about
wanted to
the
ask
way
you,
you
how
are.
do men show
I
love?
said
What up,
show.
Illa? How as a
Yeah, they
man,
be
how I
giving you
would show
extra
love?
content.
How I would show love is by sacrificing myself for my woman, you know what I'm saying? And making sure she's straight. That's how I'm showing love. You know, I'm sure sex is a part of it, but sex is not the main part, the main way we show love, because niggas could have sex with a woman that they don't love. You know what I'm saying? It's not like,
Right.
I don't
And
think
I'm glad that y'all being honest in 2025 and 26, but I'm just saying as us growing up, we were not told that as young girls and all this other like we weren't told that hey,
because
guys
you were
really know
told
how to
about the birds and the
compartmentalize
bees,
all this
you
stuff and
see?
it
Because
doesn't
they
really
told you
mean
that they
that
told you the
oh, because
rated PG
they didn't
version.
want
They
to, I don't
told you
know, break
about
our
making love.
sensibility,
They
break
didn't tell you about they
our
told
little
you about
hearts on
making love, but
Disney.
when you grow up, you learn about fucking. Making love is for when two people is like a romantic type shit. It's two
It's
love birds. You know what I'm
it's kind
saying?
of
but the other stuff is two, you know what I'm saying, two chickens, two whatever other bird, you know, not love birds,
Women are
there's some other birds.
socialized a different way and we're raised a different way than men are. So like I said, I'm glad that all this, how it really is being put out there. But I'm just
It's
saying,
been out there. You don't
have
blame
to
it on me.
learn.
It's
I
been
don't
out
know
there.
about the rest of
Hold
the
on,
ladies who
DJ.
had them,
You
but
can't- you can't always
did
do
y'all
that.
leave the
Come on.
house with the mindset that men ain't shit?
Right? No,
And
hold
they
on.
just
What
out to
happened
get
to all
you
the
and they
love
just want to
songs?
fuck. And I'm sorry, I wasn't taught that.
What happened to
And
all
shows
the
it.
love songs and the love making and all of that stuff? So what is that? That's just
Right.
That's because y'all like that. You know
All
what I'm
that
saying?
whisper
That's
in
for
the
y'all.
That's what I'm
That's
saying.
for
Y'all
y'all.
show
And what we
love
do.
in a way that's not necessary and is extra, and you expecting women to know what's going on in your mind, and that's ridiculous.
This is why I be telling y'all
Ridiculous.
to don't
Y'all
give
know that.
women,
But
don't give these
regardless, y'all
women
still will keep
relationship
bringing women
pain.
around,
Don't
but you
give them
know what
relationship pain
choose.
because you're gonna be
The
fucking the, you know what I'm
choice.
saying?
Oh my
Wait till you're in a
God.
relationship to give them relationship
Hey,
code.
Chanel.
Shows her the broke,
Hey, Pooh.
shows her the broke lifestyle. He said, y'all ladies split that. So I'm not sure how y'all
So
want to
we
split
each
this
get
We
$2.
gonna get
50
like 15.
We get
Yeah,
50 cents.
50 a piece.
You
Go right
always
ahead.
does
Little
that.
30, 40, little 30 cent after YouTube take, because they get 30.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all
YouTube
put some
get 30.
respect on that man, Brett. That man named Broke Lifestyle. He gave $2 this time. He usually give $1. Shows her the philosophical. He says, sex is the way women trap you. It doesn't mean she love you. She uses sex as a weapon. You see that? That is crazy. This is some new developments right here. What do y'all say about that?
I
I
disagree.
think
I
it's partially
disagree.
I just
Of
think it's
course,
partially
of course, of course, you
No,
are
no.
disagree.
I
do
we
Sure.
can be
definitely
crude
think
with
That's
it,
what
but I'm
you
gonna
just
let
said.
the ladies. I'm
yeah,
gonna let
it's
the ladies
exactly
go.
what he just said in the reverse. It's exactly
Exactly. Thank you, Chanel.
Come on.
Thank
How did
you.
I say it? How?
that's
How
exactly
sweet?
what
How,
you just
all right,
said.
go ahead. Explain how I
Ella,
said
come
that.
on
You
now.
basically were saying
Appreciate
the
the
only
super
thing
chat, but you tripping.
the only thing you didn't add was that women use it as a weapon. But you were basically saying that sex is a way for a man. He doesn't have any feelings in it. And so that's what he's saying. The woman doesn't have any feelings in it. And if she does, she's just using it to trap you. She's
Right.
using you.
But
But
that's
then
not
they'll
what I
sit.
said. I didn't say men are using y'all. You know what I'm saying? I
But
said
that's
that's
what you're
not the
saying.
only
You don't have
way.
to say out of
No,
your
I'm
mouth.
saying that is
Women are
not the main way we express love. You know what I mean?
right.
Or
So you're
or
using that
exclude.
person.
That's not. You say what?
Right. If you're not in love with or trying to be with that person seriously, you are using them. It's a fact.
How is it using and is mutual? If we get mutual
She
nut,
using
you know what I'm
you,
saying?
you using her.
Oh
Y'all
my
using each other
God.
because you're using
Okay.
her for sex.
Can I
Please
It's
break
can I
it
jump
down.
in on that though?
Yes,
it's
please.
Is there anything wrong
she
with being
wants to
mutually
come, you
used
want to
though,
come, y'all both
Chanel?
look good to each other. Y'all
Right.
have a good
You
Is
know
there
time.
what?
anything
It's the
Candy for
misusery.
president. Candy for
Because we've
president.
talked
I
about
vote for
no,
Oh, what
Candy
did
for
Candy say?
because
president.
we've
I'm sorry, I didn't
definitely
hear.
talked about that. It's the misuse part. We want to be useful, of course. We
Exactly.
want to be
Oh,
So
that's
you
what
want to
he
be
said.
used.
drinks, but the
You want to be
misuse
used?
part is where
No,
that's where you
Stop
gonna
it,
cross.
DJ.
We gotta
No, I
Sex
just
is
want to
more
know
than
if you want to be
sex.
used.
We need more than sex
by
here.
You know what?
human
Listen,
nature,
I would like listen. I would
by
like for
human
Idris Elba to use me if I wasn't married. Yeah, he can use me.
by human nature,
And Trevor
all
Noah,
people
and make
are
you sign
going
that
he
to
can use
NDA,
me
girl.
too.
So
They
get
Don't
could
act
they
like you don't
use
want to
you
get
at
used.
when you say my bad because I think we both
that's
interrupted
too
Candy.
close.
When
Oh,
you
I'm
say they
sorry,
both
Candy.
could use you, will you mean at the same time or at different time frames? Like I'm trying to figure out because you said both of them, and I just want to know if you meant like at the same time or you talking about like different time frames. You know what I mean, Chanel?
don't answer that.
Oh, I thought you were talking to Candy. I'm sorry.
No, you
That was
said
not a
you.
question.
I wasn't really even paying attention. So no,
Mm.
they can't use me at the same time. And really,
Okay,
I would
okay.
want to be using them because they look good to me. So I'll be like,
So, okay, so you know, so this is my
but that's a
point. So
fantasy.
you
That's
see
not real
who's doing
life.
the using. We see Chanel is doing the using. The fellas is
That's
not
not
using
real
her.
life. The
You know what I'm
celebrity
saying?
guy's not real life.
My bad,
It's
Ken.
human nature. I feel like it's human nature because of the
Which part?
self-preservation. Using is human nature because
I'm gonna
of
disagree with that.
self-preservation. I don't see anything wrong with it as long as it's consensual and you're both benefiting from the usage. It's when it's misused, as you said, that there's a problem. So if you meet him and y'all just want to do what you do, I don't see an issue if you're grown and consenting to that. It's when you want to.
But that's not human nature, though. How is that my nature to just go around and want to use people? That's not my
I mean, you
nature.
use your mom for milk. It's
No, I
human
wasn't
nature.
using her. She put me there. She said, "Here, come have some milk."
You cried,
You
and
use your mom
also
for milk. You use your dog for affection.
That's what
You
y'all doing.
use
Y'all want to trap
you
me and
used
say
her
that
womb for
that
9
we all
months
just
to
use
come
people?
here. Absolutely,
Country.
it's human nature to be used, to use and to be used.
It's not.
But
In
wait a
what
minute, 'cause
capacity?
we gotta hold on, because
What
You
capacity?
know what
Because I
though?
definitely
Yeah,
don't
I
You
go
know
don't
what
around
though,
agree
using
with
Candy?
people.
Wait a minute. I agree with Candy, and I
We know
even
you
push
do.
it further. Wait a minute. I even push it further.
in life
Is
in
in the
general.
nature of everything to use.
No,
Like,
it's not.
what are we doing now?
It's
In
not.
No, in
nature,
life it's a
everything.
reciprocal thing. I understand that part. So
Yeah,
I'm
in nature, everything is
not
a
going,
symbiotic relationship. In nature, is it literally
That's
got
not
food
true.
chain.
but
This
we
gonna
can't,
eat that, then that gonna eat that, then you know what I mean?
That is not
right,
true.
but
Although
we can't put together, people who are choosing these dynamics, and a
exactly,
mother who and a father who choose to have a baby. Like, you know what I'm
right.
saying?
It's not the same.
So we have to focus on the people who are conscious and
But
adult
that's
people
it. Sometimes using is
engaged and
consensual.
be around each other.
Sometimes using is
We agree. It's
Sometimes
consensual.
using it. Okay,
We
okay, there we
agree
go.
that it sometimes is. I don't agree with that. That it's our human nature to be that way. I think it's some
No,
people's
it's
human
nature.
nature. No,
It's
no, because
nature and
whenever I
anything.
meet people,
The
I'm not
elephant
thinking
used
how
the
could I
tree to
use them.
shade. You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
not.
The tree
I
used the elephant poop for
I think
fertilizer. You know what I mean?
Chanel. I
But
think
a tree is
you
not
hear the word.
conscious. Stop
I
it.
think you hear the
A
word
tree is
use.
conscious. Why you
Use
think it grows
It
negative.
to the
is.
sun?
I'm not going to fight with you. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I think you hear the word use and you automatically are going to the negative of it.
I am.
I don't think use is a negative word. You're adding an emotion to it.
Right. Right. So what's the good part about using people?
The good part about using somebody is one, you benefit from them, and two, they are a useful person. If it's mutual usury, we both
That's the
valuable
difference.
because
And
look
that's
at
what I'm
this. If
saying. That's the only thing I'm saying. I'm saying that it's not she's saying it's an innate thing. It's part of who you are as a
it
human
is
being.
though,
And hold on. And all I'm saying is, yes, we can all make a decision to use people for our benefit or whatever the case may be. And we all have made a decision to use somebody in our life for our benefit, whatever it might be, you know. But I do think that that's a conscious choice. I do think that you're taking an action to do that. And I also agree, though, that if two people are consenting adults or whatever the case may be, or they're consenting on whatever the hell they're consenting on, if they both
Mm,
are okay with it, then nobody is used. You know what I'm
it
saying? A
is. You
fair
still
exchange
getting
brings about
used.
no robbery. So I agree
No,
with
but
that part.
you still getting used though. It's not, but you just ain't getting abused, and it's consensual. You know
Right.
it's
So I'm
happening.
saying
You know
I
what I mean?
agree with that. I'm only disagreeing with where all of us are like that just by default. I don't believe that.
But
I think it's a
Chanel,
choice.
Well, okay, maybe
Chanel, even animals and insects do it. That's why I'm saying it's just a part of nature.
But we're
Even
not
animals
we
do
are
it.
but we have a higher cognitive ability. We are intelligent beings. I'm not saying they don't have no intelligence. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying there is
But
no forethought in
the
ants doing whatever they're doing. They're just
yes, it
following.
is.
All
Wait a
right.
minute. Yes, it is. Look at this. Birds follow around hippos that got some big ass ticks on them, and they use the hippos to eat the ticks, and the hippos use them to remove the ticks. They literally consciously
Okay,
go and do that shit.
listen to me, DJ. I do think that there are animals on this earth that do have cognitive abilities that are smart, that whatever, right? You can teach a parrot to talk, right? But that doesn't mean that that parrot can then do math. It's a different thing. I'm not disagreeing that people use people all the time and it's a benefit to them, to some people, and some people want to play a part in that, and it's fine. I'm just only disagreeing with it solely being that that's who we are as nature. I just don't agree with that, but you don't have to agree with me. We just different in our
Yeah,
opinion.
I don't agree with you. I think it's definitely within our nature because in nature things literally use each other. This how come it's stay in a perfect ecosystem. If you move one thing out of the ecosystem, it fucks shit up because they got a natural relationship where they all use each other to survive. You know what
I
I'm
think
saying? Like,
that's what I was gonna say. I do think in a net, like in a, if we didn't have all of the things that the abilities that we have to have forward thinking now, I
mm,
do think in our past and our how many hundreds of thousands of years ago, we thought very differently. Like remember, people thought the earth was flat until they figured out it wasn't. You know what I'm saying? Or they thought that the water was a god, whatever it is. But we've
but
moved
Chanel,
forward in our thinking. I'm only saying I can agree with this part. I do think people will use whoever and whatever if they are in a survival mode. I
I
do
think
think
you
that is
only
instinctual. I think
Chanel.
that
When
part
I'm
is
listening to you, you
Thank
only
you.
using the word use in a negative light only, right? If we
Exactly.
humans and we a social creature and we rely on socializing and living in society with each other, we gotta use each other. Because if you can't be used, you useless and you have no value in society. So what are you talking about? You thinking of use in a negative way, and use is not always something negative.
Your boss
I think
uses you to get the job done. You use your boss to pay bills, or your
right.
company to pay bills. It doesn't mean that it's a negative thing. You have to not look at it as, I think you're taking the word use and applying maybe misuse with it.
Or abuse or something.
Yeah. It's not always a bad thing. I think it's how humans operate. That's how we end up sharing resources. That's how we got to a point where we, you know what I'm saying, the barter system. Think about that. Like without that was using. I brought apples, you brought oranges. Now we have, you know what I'm saying? Like
no,
I
that's
don't
a
think it's
barter system. That's not a I'm this is my thing, and we're not going to agree, and that's fine. But whenever I think of a human being saying, I use this person or I'm going to use this person, I don't see that as positive. You know what I'm
That
saying?
is
Because that
crazy.
implies that you're not, that the person that quote unquote is being used doesn't know, isn't in agreement with it, or whatever else. So I'm not a person. I'm not gonna come on. I'm not gonna meet people, just whoever it is in life, and think to myself at any point, oh, I want to use them. I want to get something from them or whatever. I'm not gonna do that. I may say, hey, I was thinking about this, that, and the third, and I think you're smart, and I think you would be good for this or something like that. But that's the thing where I'm being honest about my intentions. When I think about someone using someone, you're right. I do think of it in a negative connotation because I don't see the positive. Unless you're saying it's mutual and that person understands what's going on and they're not being, like you said, misused or misled or whatever, they understand, then no, they're not being used. They're not, in my opinion. You're
let
right.
me
If I
ask
go
you
to
a
my
question.
job and my boss says, or if I apply for a job and they say, Chanel, we can only offer you $85,000 a year. And I say, well, I really need 90. And they say, well, we can't pay 90. Well, when I sign on that dotted line for the 85 or whatever it is, they ain't using me. I'm aware of what the hell is going on. We negotiated. So to me, when you're
They
saying
are
you
using
gotta
you. You
use
just
people,
agreed to it. They are using you. You just had to sign a contract.
no,
You know what
Can
I'm
I
because
saying?
ask
this
her a
is an
question?
agreement. It's not a use. Nobody's getting used here. I'm doing work, and for that work, I'm getting paid. Who's being used?
Let me ask you a question and going back to the topic. Do
Mhm.
you believe in unconditional love?
In what kind of love? Unconditional?
Unconditional. Because if you
Uh,
don't believe that people are using each other, then I want to
I
know
will
the correlation
say,
you make between unconditional love versus conditional love.
okay, let me be clear. I'm not saying I don't think anyone uses other people. I definitely think, I know that there are all kinds of people out there in the world, millions and billions of people that actually do that. And I don't think those people are good people. That's my personal opinion. But with regard to, do I think that that people can have unconditional love? I absolutely do. I think those people are parents. They tend to have unconditional love. It's like your child can beat your brains out, whatever. You still gonna let them come home, whatever it is. So I think that parents can do that. That's my opinion. I don't know how parents, but I would say that's the closest thing that I would say to some sort of unconditional love.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree.
Child, yes.
But you disagree, Miss
Especially
Lele
putting it-
Project. I want to know, child. Why you disagree, sis?
No, I said no. I was like, I was been like,
Oh,
yes,
you're agreeing
Lord.
with
Like,
me?
especially because I got early teenagers. Like, yes, I get it. I get it.
Oh, they don't give up. Listen, no teenagers,
Damn.
they
Okay.
make you be like, am I going to prison today?
But
I'm
at the
just
same time, since I made a decision to have them, like it doesn't matter, you know what I'm saying, about all these changes in emotions that they're having, you know what I'm saying? It's still I'm and a lot of parents do tap out, and it's just like for me, that's not an option. But I get it, for a lot of people, it is, right? But
Mm.
for me, my way of showing love is just regardless. Yeah, okay, I get it. Get over it. You know what I'm saying? I'll talk to you in the morning type stuff. And it's back to I love you because I do. You know what I'm saying? I'm still gonna show up and I'm still gonna
Mhm.
provide for you because
Mhm.
that was my choice to do it from the beginning. It's just maybe, like I said, I think it's more of like a personal value system. You know what I'm saying? Of what people perceive love to be, because it's not always going to be roses. It's not always going to be that person doing what you want them to do, because everything that you want isn't everything that you need. And
I think
especially
love is like
older, you know what I'm
when you
saying? Like,
truly. No, I was just gonna say, I think when you truly unconditionally love someone, you still support them, even if you don't support whatever behavior. You know what I mean? You could still say, "I'm still here for you. Well, you can't do these things anymore in my whatever," but you still love them. You know, even if
Could
they
you
do some
love them
treacherous
without
shit,
support? Could you love them without supporting them? Am I bad? I'm about to
you
go and grab some
yes,
water and shit.
mhm.
I think you can love them and not support their behavior, whatever they're doing, but you still genuinely love that person. I personally think that, but I
But
don't.
okay, but Chanel, especially like, you know, with your professional background and things like that. That's kind of like what I'm saying though. Like, even if, yes, I love you, but what if the person that I'm telling them, you know, who I'm speaking to is saying, well, I need this, that, the third taken care of. You can't do it for me. You won't do it for me. Then you don't love me.
Okay, but that's their opinion.
But you're there still offering yourself, offering advice and things like that. What if they don't perceive it as love though?
You
You know what
can't.
I'm saying?
This is my biggest thing on life. Everything outside of yourself is external, and you have zero control over it. You don't know if somebody's gonna come break in your house, they're gonna steal your car, if your kid gonna do whatever. You can't, and no matter how much you love them, you can't make someone do some sort of behavior. Yes, they may be like, okay, my mom is saying I have to do it, and so I'm doing it, but they're still making a choice to do it. So you can be loving, show that you're loving, all of those things, and they just don't receive it that way. So, for example, and this is a kind of a similar thing, but it's not exactly what you're saying. So, if I have a love language is giving and receiving gifts, and then the people that I love, that's how I show my love language to them, right? I'm giving them gifts and whatever, right? But if they don't give me the gifts before I knew about love languages or whatever, I feel some type of way. But that's a me thing. That's because I receive love that way. That's how I love. And so somebody else may show up with their type of love is, you know, they come to your house, they help you clean or, you know, whatever. So I just try to look at those people's strengths and the things that they are doing that's their type of love, because we may not receive it as love, and they may not think what you're saying is love, because that's not how you're showing love to them isn't how they receive it. And I'm not saying you're wrong, but I'm just saying once you
No.
can kind of figure out that part of those people, then you can kind of be like, all right, well, I'm gonna just give you the love the way you're gonna receive it.
I do think that you can love someone and not like their behaviors, because that's why people end up going no contact with parents and children. I don't think that the love necessarily stops for those people, but you learn that you have to set certain boundaries, because that love can be used to manipulate you in
Correct.
ways that you don't agree to.
I agree.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I definitely agree, but I think love is complicated, and it's not the same thing to everyone all the time. You know, it evolves. If you're an evolving person, the type of love you gave your parents at 10 is going to be different than the type of love that you gave your parents at 15. It's probably going to be different when you're 30 versus when you was 5, because your parents were your everything. You know what I'm saying? When they was 5, you're their hero, but it changes, and they go find friends, and now you ain't cool. You know what I'm saying? And then you feeling some type of way. I'm an auntie, and I be feeling some type of way. I'm like, wait, hold on.
You
And
learn
I
that
done
they're
took their ass
actually
to Disney World
human.
in Hawaii. I'm like, what you
Wait till they
mean?
turn 13.
I know my niece is 15
Ding,
and
ding,
14.
ding.
Child. No, but they're good kids, so they ain't never got
Yeah.
a whipping.
They just learn that you're human too. You know what I mean? As they get older, I mean, they're privy to different things. They know how to recognize different things. You know what I'm saying? So
And
another
sometimes
thing,
they're manipulating you. Like you're showing them the love, and they're trying to make you feel like you don't love me if you don't let me go to this party. Yes, I do. I
yeah,
love
but
you.
we
I
know
take
the
a
difference
friend.
between that. That's weak shit. Come on now.
Huh?
Come on. I said, well, we know the difference between that. I said, come on now.
No, I'm saying some parents, you could be the best parent in the world and a strict parent and a knowledgeable parent, and they still can play your ass. I'm just saying. These kids nowadays,
Yes, they do. They manipulate
they
you.
different.
They
They are
know how
not
to
like
do
how
it.
we were. They got the whole
Wait,
ass
wait, wait,
hand
wait,
to teach
wait,
them
wait,
some
wait,
shit
wait, wait.
that we didn't
Not
have
like
access
who
to.
were. Wait a minute. You said when you was a kid you wasn't manipulative?
I wasn't manipulated. I'm sure I was.
Manipulative. Yeah.
I'm sure
Manipulative,
all
yeah.
children are manipulative. Yeah,
You
give me
get
your
me
candy or I ain't gonna be your friend. That's manipulation.
Right.
But
I
I'm
think
saying,
we learned.
Kids do it all the time.
what you
Not
trying to
like
catch me
shit.
up in something,
Okay,
DJ?
bye. Wish you would. Sorry.
No, but but yeah. But I'm more of like the barter person when I was 5. Like, look, listen, I'm gonna let you come over to my house. We're gonna play the Nintendo. And if you give me your candy and your Funyuns. Yeah.
That's the best way to do shit. You know what I'm saying?
When my son was 5, he used to be like, "Mommy, do you want ice cream?" Because I want ice cream.
I
If
swear
you
to
want
God,
to-
that's
yeah.
how I
Stuff
operate.
like
I swear to
that.
God. I swear to God, that's how I
That's the
operate.
best way to do it.
Yeah.
I used to wait. My granddad would be asleep. I would wait until he was good and asleep and come knocking on that door and asking him for some money.
I'm not playing with
Dad,
you.
can I have some money to go to 7-Eleven? And he would always give it.
Yes, like
Mhm.
kids are manipulative. They know what to do.
Mm-hmm.
Just wait till he sleep. You're gonna get it.
Mm-hmm. Wait till mama and daddy in a good mood. This is hella manipulative. If you got a bad grade or the teacher called home while you was at school and your mama know about it and you come in the house, you cleaning up, you know what I'm saying? You giving her ice water. You need
Writing your
Yes.
report.
How you know? Should
like that's hella manipulative. Hoping they ain't forgot. You know they ass ain't forgot. Of course they ain't forget. Child, yeah, I used to do that. That's a whole ass manipulation. It's a manipulation tactic. It don't necessarily work though. But yeah. So for the women, if you have children and you have girls, are you scared of when they turn 15 and the boys are going to be talking to them or whatever it is, because you're no longer their only source of information?
Hold on. I feel like the girls nowadays are more fast than the boys. Or is it just
When you
me?
say fast, what do you mean? Sexual?
Like, yeah, they're just
No,
they
because
like they start hold on, they start looking at their appearance, they start dressing more sexy, putting on perfume, doing all of those things.
So
And
my rebuttal to that is the 3-month-old little boy playing with his penis. That's all I'm saying. So he already playing with his penis and he 3 months old in the crib. He is. Y'all ain't never seen the little wanker going around? Yeah, of course he is. I know, I'm joking. I'm taking it too far. But I'm saying,
Well,
I
the kids do reach down to touch, but it's probably because that area has been covered.
it's
And now air is
sensitive.
hitting it for the first time. It's sensitive. It's like, whoa,
Yeah.
there's something I'm feeling. What is
They
that?
learn to love it. That's all I'm saying. Before girls even realize that they even have a clitoris. That's all I'm saying. Am I
I'm
right,
just saying
DJ?
because I have a boy and I've been seeing he's getting in trouble because of these girls. These girls be in the classroom and they be showing like pictures, explicit pictures to my son. And the teacher will
Wait,
come
how old
over,
is your son?
13.
Oh, okay.
Oh hell
Not that it's
no.
not that it's good, not that it's okay, but thank God, like you know what I'm saying, it could have been worse. It could
Let's
have been
be
like
clear.
6 or
In
some shit.
He don't
school?
have to see the
No,
13-year-old
you don't
girl.
want no
He has
teacher,
access to the
man.
internet.
In
So he done
school.
probably already seen a whole bunch of shit. You just don't know it.
See, because
You're
even like
probably right, but he's not.
I don't
He's
want-
still into like the kid phase of
That's
playing
what you
video
think.
games.
What do
and-
you mean? What he doing playing Dragon Ball Z? Or the Xbox or something?
Roblox.
I
Yeah.
don't think they do. They still do
Yeah,
that?
just know when I was 13, 14, I knew a lot of shit, you know what I
We
mean?
know you said someone took your
Of
virginity.
the
at
world. I was
14.
of the world.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Wait, what?
So uncomfortable.
What she say? What she say?
You told us last time, the first time you had sex, you was 14 and she was 16. We remember. Mm-hmm. So we know you already knew, DJ. You didn't have to tell us. We know.
Damn.
I forgot I told you that. You be remembering. We
I
be
do.
just having casual conversation. We be having
Y'all gotta
casual
remind
conversation.
everybody. Look what
She over there taking notes and shit.
I am not taking notes, but I do remember shit.
I remembered it too, but I don't want to bring that up.
Yeah, don't bring that shit up. That shit
Oh, I'm
is-
sorry. You just brought up.
And you know what, dude? That shit is way more. That shit is way more common than you think. You know what I'm saying? Shit.
It still be. I just
Listen,
And-
I work with
when
children.
I have had the
especially
chance
teenagers.
to
I know
hear
that
the
shit is
information, I'll
common.
be like, "Ew, she took it bad. I'll be mad on their behalf. You know
But
what
I'm
saying?
legit
Like, they don't be
scared.
mad. I'll be mad. Like, wait a minute. You was how old? Oh,
Wait,
hell
mad
no.
about what?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. What are you mad about, LA?
Look, man, I understand. You know what? I don't think we should have this
You
conversation.
just don't be knowing. I mean, the age is
You
an
don't
age.
think
You can't
so?
tell me that
I don't
girls
think
son
that
that's
would
and
13.
mature
I'm like
faster
a
than
little
boys,
bit.
but then when boys be in those circumstances at
I
young
definitely
ages
vote for the
and
video
just
or the
handle it.
audio.
Like, no, I'll be mad.
Oh, the
Sorry.
audio. We about to play the audio because I don't want to go into this age
Oh, we have
conversation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
When we get too veer off in this age conversation, we're gonna have to keep it PG, and we're not gonna be able to keep it official. You know what I'm saying?
That's
I'm
all good. She just
confused. That
wanted
And
to
it's
age
best we not go
conversation?
to it. You say what?
No, go ahead. Sorry.
No, it's best we not go there. Let me run this clip.
More complex than we've ever been allowed to believe. It is not forgiveness comes by way of love, not the other way around. I didn't forgive to excuse what she had done. I forgave to free myself from it. You see, love is far more complex than we've ever been allowed to believe. It is not something that you can seek in or from others. It is something that you build and ultimately become within yourself. And the process of becoming mirrors the process of carpentry. It requires skillful cutting, shaping, and assembling pieces of yourself to construct and sometimes repair who you are. You see, a building doesn't just appear out of nowhere. That is, unless you're Samantha from Bewitched. You can twinkle your nose and voila, whatever you want appears within seconds. Now, I'm sure within seconds I gave my age away, but the point is there's no mysticism involved. A building becomes a building through the precise organization of raw materials on a solid foundation. And if you want to become something, you have to build yourself the same way, on a foundation of principles, with the right materials arranged in order and under specific conditions. Through this realization is when I began to recognize the conditions of love, not as abstract ideals, but as the tools for construction. So to become love, we must create the conditions that allow love to manifest. And these conditions are what I call the 5 components of love. The first component of love is desire, a strong feeling of wanting to take the journey of love. Because let's face it, we as humans only do things because we want to do them. Therefore, if this condition is not met, nothing will come to be. You see, I wanted to heal my pain. I wanted to release anger and resentment towards my mother, and I wanted to understand love. And that desire became the spark that set everything into motion. They say faith without works is dead. I agree. And in the same light, desire without action is also dead, which brings us to the second.
That's some bars. That sounds like some rap bars right there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that was good.
What do y'all think?
She does
The
that though. She
desire.
plugs in some good things and then she slap you with some manipulation.
Some
and
bullshit?
that's
Yeah. So you got your guard up while listening. You got your guard
No,
up.
I'm just saying the truth. That's the
A
truth.
broken clock. What is it? Broken clock is right twice. That's how I listen to Queen Maker. Broken clock is right twice. She'll throw something in there that makes sense, but you do have to keep your guard up, or she'll have you on Bonobo Island.
Bonobo
Yes.
Island. She's the king Bonobo. What say you, Ellie?
I mean, I kind of agree with what the ladies are saying. It's like, she starts off with something that's like, profound, like her personal story and things like that. I definitely believe that people need to start forgiving themselves. You know what I'm saying? Because especially when you're kids and you got those parental situations where you're not being treated right. Unfortunately, a lot of kids, they do blame themselves because they don't know how else to equate it. You know what I'm saying? So I agree with her with the beginning, but then, she starts going off into the, because desire, that can even be seen as lustful. That could be seen as a lot of other different things. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't know, like you gotta be careful, when people start a point off in a certain way and then they start to kind of veer a little bit off to the left.
Mm.
Do you think that she means desire in like a carnally way, or do you think she means desire in a human connection way?
I mean,
I think that's what I think it was human connection because I think she mean like the desire to connect with this person, like the desire to love, not like desire like burning desire and shit like that. I don't think that's what she mean, like a sexual thing. That's what I got from when I heard it the first time. I didn't think she meant sexual. Because I'm looking at the crowd she's talking to. I guess if y'all was seeing the video, it'd probably be different. But I'm looking at the crowd she talking to, and it don't look like nobody took it like a sexual way. You know what I mean? Because I'm actually watching it on the other tab. You know what I'm saying?
And we got to keep in mind it is a TED Talk, so they're going to keep it more professional than not.
Yeah.
I mean, but there's a reason why certain people people choose certain words. You know what I mean? There's especially in the English
language. Her background, you got your antennas up because it's her.
Yes, because it's her. Yes.
I'm just saying, there's so many other different like words that mean the same thing. You know what I mean? So I don't know. That's just what I kind of picked up with that. But go ahead, creative. I'm sorry.
No, I'm saying with her, you have to, because she knows how to twist things and, make it sound like this is all for women and this is the pain I've been through and this is how I feel. And I made this book, and yeah, you be on a tangent.
Yes.
So do you think Princella is for women, or you think she's not? Like, what do you?
No,
She's a grifter. I think she's a grifter.
for money.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Because it would have been way more like, consistent if she would have integrated her old rhetoric with her new rhetoric. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But she was very, hyper focused on one thing. That's for me now, just kind of observing stuff. That's why I'm just like, yeah. And if
I don't even know her old rhetoric.
So her old rhetoric was
men
that
are incapable of love. Like,
yeah, she was all
So
about.
what is her new rhetoric? I thought that's the same shit she
Now
on.
she hates women, right? Now she said we're
Now
the
she's
problem.
after, yeah. Now she attacks the women. We're the problem
yes.
So wait a minute. So y'all only against her now because she's not on the women's side? That is crazy to
now. No, that's not what we
No,
said.
no.
me. Okay.
You just
I'm
said
just
be
making
consistent
sure.
with your message. That's it.
But I mean, a
Okay.
lot has changed with her. Like she doesn't do the PowerPoint. Well, I don't know because I don't pay for any of her services, none of her, clubs, tiers, memberships, none of that stuff. But when she was giving out the free game, when she was more, appealing to the women, she was putting together, PowerPoint presentations and was having articles, and it was more from like, medical journals and like more of like accredited type of places, to kind of like back up rhetoric. Now she's just getting up and doing things on a whiteboard, and it's just more based off of her personal perspective. So that's, I'm like, what would have, like I said, what I would have appreciated if she would have been more consistent with integrating both of those. Like if the man is so bad, then you got to mention how the women are kind of like contributing to, like if she would have started like that, she probably would have had a better chance of being like, of having more longevity instead of just flip-flopping completely.
So I'm
She
gonna say
operates-
this. I was watching her in the beginning, and she was with the whole Cynthia G. She was getting on these men, but her thing was different because she was trying to uplift women, and she was trying to tell women that we need to love ourselves and how we need to have a community. And I was like, okay, hers is a little bit different because she's adding self-love in there. She's just not like bashing men. But then
Perfect.
go ahead.
It wasn't just black women; it was all women.
All
Princella-
women, yeah. She had everybody on her channel. So she was a little bit different in that case. And I was like, okay, this is different. Maybe I could rock with this. But then they just
You
I'm
thought
not-
she was your savior.
I did listen to her a little
Yeah.
bit. But then she
Yeah.
started to bash men a little bit too much. And I didn't like the book. And I was just because I'm all
You didn't like
for-
the men bashing part just a little bit.
No, I'm all about women and uplifting ourselves and
Okay.
having better self-esteem and being more self-aware. I'm all about that. But as soon as you start making it about bashing the men and now we're the problem, and then she started doing shows with different people. Remember that?
Yeah, and Coach
Like
Ferg
the-
said
the
she was
guys-
grooming women.
I'm not playing with Coach.
Pot. What is going
She's not
on?
wrong. She's not wrong. I agree with what Coach Berg said on that one. Yeah,
Yeah.
she was.
Some women
That was
need
the
to be
message
groomed
behind.
to do that.
That was the message behind men are incapable of what love.
So
It
this
was
lady
women
likes
are the
men?
natural leaders. She was trying to convince women that you don't even really like men, and so
Whoa. Hold on, wait.
I mean, she had her target audience of women who really followed and believed what she said. But if you were any bit critical thinking, you just, to me, it didn't make sense. Like a lot of what
Yeah.
she didn't make. Like, how is an entire half of our population incapable of love? It just does not. Like, you're going to tell that to active fathers who love their kids and are present every day, the brothers, the uncles. Like, I'm supposed to look at my brother now and say, you don't love me because Princella said so.
Exactly. Yeah, what Candy Cane just said. That didn't make
What was
sense.
her reason for saying men are incapable of love?
Her
That's what she
experience.
believes. Yeah, she
said-
I personally believe that Princella moves with internet trends. When she came in, Cynthia was hot, BWE was hot, she jumped on board, took it over and became the guru. And as she's watching the tides turn throughout YouTube, throughout the spaces, she's just moving like a chameleon with it. Her message moves with it. And it's money bound. It's money driven. It's not because she truly believes in what she's saying. She's gonna say what she needs to get that bag, and she knows women will spend.
Yes,
Right.
true.
But did she
When you
say
have
like
She was
one thing
pro-black before
specific?
any of this as well.
No,
So
she's been
But
through a
did she
lot of
say like
traumatic
anything specific of
experiences.
why that could substantiate there ain't no black men or there ain't no men that are capable of love? Did she substantiate it in any way? Like I
No,
don't
she just
understand.
she
talked
gave
about
a
her
reason,
experience, right? She talked
She
about her
right?
subs
experience and all these men that she met, and she labeled them all in her book and how she got scammed. She got scammed and she went to the conscious community. She used to
So
be a
she was
sister
just
wife, like
so she was applying her life experiences to all
To all
women,
men,
right.
and
meaning
then
She was
all
doing
y'all
this.
gonna deal with men
She's
like
doing the
this.
same thing that niggas come on the panel and do. You know what I'm saying? She's just doing the reverse of that shit.
then she did a study of the bonobo monkeys or chimpanzees, and that was the basis for most of her research on why, because it's a lesbian group of monkeys for the most part,
Oh
and
my god.
bonobo island. Yeah, I kid you not.
No, it's the group. Is a group of monkeys where the women is a
that was
is the
funny.
only
It's a matriarch.
matriarchal primate group. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
why? wait. So is it a matriarchal? Why? Okay, so Kenny, I'm just curious.
Primate.
Why was the first you said basically a lesbian
Because
like group
her
of
whole thing
monkeys
was
and
that
not a
the women,
matriarchal one?
because she kept throwing
Curious.
sex in there. That's not me. That's Princella. I'm just repeating what she
Okay,
said.
I was just curious
Yeah.
of why you led with that. Okay, got you.
Okay, so it sounds like she started out pro women and because all of the men that did her wrong, so
Well,
the
she
men
was
are bad.
pro
And
black
then
man first on
well, what I'm
Facebook
saying though,
when
but
she
then
was
so
like with
then
the head wraps and all that stuff,
Yeah.
so at some point
and then she
she got with
switched.
a girl or girls or women that didn't give her what she thought they would give her, and so now she has women. Is that what happened?
No, I feel like, to me, if I had to be honest, her content changed after her breakup with B. Taylor.
Mm.
Oh, I don't know
That's
that.
when she started attacking women because B. Taylor came
It,
out. God, I hate that
Absolutely.
is
with
B
there.
Taylor a boy or a girl?
B Taylor is
No,
a
it's
girl.
a woman.
Oh,
Being a
Yeah.
woman.
I'm sorry, B. Taylor. I apologize. I didn't mean to bring you into this.
No,
Yeah.
that's fact. So I
And show to the B
I
Taylor.
can
I'm actually cool with B Taylor.
she
B
broke
Taylor
her
is good.
heart. Is that what happened? She broke the Princess lady's heart.
They broke each other's heart. They had a
She
breaking up
exposed her and
Was they
mutual,
cheater,
yeah, they
puppy
had a
cheater?
breaking up.
and they was putting each other on Front Street.
See, I
And
can't
just like how
stand people like
relationship,
that.
I think
Ugh.
it's true what y'all saying. Princella goes through different shit based on what she going through or the type. She go with the wind. She ain't sturdy, you know what I'm saying?
She's a
And that
comedian.
relation,
And yeah.
right? That relationship changed her whole direction of how she does content and shit like that.
You can't trust anybody that changes their mind with the wind. You certainly can't trust anybody that you're having sex with, and then once you get into a fight, or even it don't even have to be sex, but that you're trusting your private information with, and as soon as they get mad at you, now you're on blast. I don't operate like that.
Yeah,
I don't give a
that's
shit
crazy.
how dirty you did me. I'm still not gonna put your personal business on blast.
Facts.
Unless it was a legal thing where I have to do it. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
like outside of that, I believe in confidentiality with real ones. Like if they really your friend, you really down with them. Like I don't operate like that.
Let's
I
listen
feel
some more the audio.
That desire became the spark that set everything into motion. They say faith without works is dead. I agree. And in the same light, desire without action is also dead, which brings us to the second component. Seek first understanding. Though this is the second component, it is the very first action that love takes through active listening, education, and study. You see, because of my desire to heal, I began to understand the complexity surrounding my mother. And what was revealed to me is that my mother was empty from mental and emotional fulfillment while carrying decades worth of trauma. And from this wider perspective that was afforded to me through seeking understanding, grew the third component, CAR, an acronym that stands for compassion, appreciation, and respect. These are three emotions that organically arise from a deep understanding. You see, I began to have compassion for my mother when I realized that I was a casualty to her implosions. Then I shifted my focus to find the things that I believed that she did correctly. And I grew appreciation and respect for the sacrifices that she made, which ultimately contributed to the person that I am today, even though she was unable to express love the way I may have needed at the time. Because of that shift, I was allowed to live out the fourth component, sacrifice. Not the sacrifice of myself or even of material things, but the sacrifice of my unconscious need to hang on to anger, resentment, and self-centeredness. You see, I began to consider her humanity.
So what do y'all think about the sacrificing part? And it sounds like she means sacrifice, like letting go of resentments, or you know what I'm saying, like sacrificing your own personal feelings, I guess, or drawbacks, or you know, we'll say y'all. Could there be love without sacrifice?
I don't
No,
see
I
that
don't
as
think so. No.
Mm.
You're not always going to get what you want. So then in compromise, you do sacrifice things. And I think that is in every relationship that you
Mm.
have, friendships, family relationships. I don't think that it's possible to have a functioning relationship without some sort of sacrifice.
Oh, sacrifice. Okay. Anybody else?
Well, I was listening to what you were saying. You were saying the kind of like, it almost sounds like you were relating or naming things like, or concepts like forgiving somebody. You know what I mean? Like, you don't ever have to forget what somebody's done. But yeah, I mean, should you let it go? Yeah. It is not for them, it's for you. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? More than anything else, because you reliving cycles every day, is not going to help yourself. It's not going to help the dynamics in between you and that person, because even if that person does decide today is going to be the day that I do better, and all you keep doing is being stuck in the past because you're not letting go. You know what I'm saying? You can't never really see that person for who they are, what they're trying to do, which of course is negative reinforcement for that other person that just makes them want to keep on reverting back to their bullshit. You feel me? So the letting go, to me, those types of things that you were naming earlier, I don't see them as a sacrifice, because there's things that are actually going to benefit you as a person personally. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't, it's not a weakness, you know what I'm saying, to be like, you know what? Yeah.
So
In your
can
mind, you
they?
did some
So
fucked up
can they
shit.
be?
I could still be like, what's up? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
not cool, but I've learned to not have that weight on my shoulders. I don't want to be a bag lady. You know what I'm saying? Carrying around all this extra weight that other people have put on me. Like, it's okay to let it go.
Right. Then show so to Erica Badu. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
Let
let
it
me
go,
ask.
let it go, let it go.
Let me ask you this: could there be love without sacrifice, though?
No.
I think so. Why do you have to sacrifice to have love?
I don't
Well, you
think
know
you
what?
can
Not
love
all right. Let me
without
put it this
sacrifice.
way: not the
Yeah.
actual sacrifice, but willingness to sacrifice. Because you might be
No,
willing, but you just didn't have to sacrifice it.
Can we look up the
at
definition
some
of
point you're gonna
sacrifice
sacrifice. It's just a
Mm-hmm.
before
fact.
we answer that question? I think it would be a good idea to get a
Baseline.
definition. Yeah.
Let
Mm.
me
I
see.
think the reason people have trouble with forgiveness is because they have a justification for why they're not forgiving. So if someone did something really egregious to you, whatever it is, and it's to the regular person's gonna say, well, she's justified in why she doesn't forgive him. I think that's the hardest part of forgiveness, is just letting go of that. And to me, forgiveness really is um, really releasing. I feel like forgiveness is allowing yourself to be released from the burden of anger. So every time you think of that event, every time you think of see that person, that all that anger, all that frustration, sadness, whatever it is that you felt hurt comes coming back, with a vengeance. So you gotta. So what LA was saying is like, let it go for yourself. It's true, because you gotta let you, because you're then when you're not forgiving people, you're creating your own little trauma center in your own head, and you're gonna just get re-traumatized when they ass show up. Or if it was a man that did it and he got a baddie now, you'd be like, this motherfucker. You can't do that, sis. You gotta just,
Yeah.
because I feel this personally, as my whole therapist part, is like, for the rest of your life, you will get triggered. So I don't even subscribe to when people are like, you gotta move on, you gotta move forward, because life is still happening. But if you get triggered and you mad again, you got triggered and you mad again. And I can't be mad at you if you got triggered and you got mad again.
All right, I just looked up the definition of sacrifice. It says sacrifice is, we're talking about slaughtering. Oh, sacrifice is surrendering a possession. So it might not always be like a physical, tangible thing, but it's still, you still sacrificing. To me, sacrifice gotta whatever it is you surrendering, it gotta have some sort of meaning to you.
Sacrifice is a
Because if you
mom or
got like a
dad
yeah, and if you
saying,
got a whole
I want to pay
if you
this
got a
light
tree in
bill.
front of your yard and you sacrifice and you try to sacrifice a leaf, that's not really a sacrifice because you got it in abundance. I think to sacrifice something, it gotta have some level of value.
Right. So
Okay, can I give you an example of where I think sacrifice and love kind of come hand in hand? When you have a family member who is terminally ill and can no longer care for themselves, the sacrifice part comes in when you have to do the bathing, when you have to do the wiping, when you have to do the washing, the parts that are somewhat dehumanizing, and you do it because you love this person, because
Mhm.
you know they wouldn't want anybody else to see them in that light or to do these things for them. I don't think it's possible to do that for somebody if it's not like your job, if you're not like a CNA or okay, let me correct that because it is possible. But I feel like people do that voluntarily without money out of love versus just because you're getting paid to do so, if that makes sense.
I see what you're saying.
When y'all bring up sacrifice, I'm thinking you probably sacrificing yourself, your money, just sacrificing things that you would not do for love.
Or
And
just for another human being.
or for
So
another
yeah,
human being.
so yeah, I think you should sacrifice for other people.
I do.
No. I think
Damn.
you should
I
be
mean,
cautious who you do it for. So I don't think anybody should sacrifice. I don't.
We all sacrifice in every part of our lives. If you got
You
a
gotta have
job,
some
you
type
sacrificing
of
your time
self-preservation.
when you work late and you ain't getting paid or whatever the case may be. Or even if you are getting paid, you're still sacrificing maybe the time with your kids. You know what I'm saying? It's all a sacrifice.
Even when people do rituals and you're talking about sacrifice, right?
Mhm.
The
No,
reason
I'm not
why
talking
they do
about that.
the reason why they do rituals, right? There's rituals in the Bible. I don't know what you're talking about. God told that one dude to put his son on the chopping block. I forgot what it was, what he
Abraham.
did. Right. He's like, you got many sons, throw one on the chopping block. And yeah,
So you
you know what
putting
I'm
me and
saying?
Abraham in the same category? I'm confused.
No, but I'm saying, right? The science or the idea behind sacrifice, right, is like you gotta give off something to get back something. It's just like it's like a trade-off. It's just like people lose their sight, but they other senses heighten.
It's
You
not
know what I'm
always a
saying?
trade-off. That's why I was going to use the
It's
example.
always a trade-off.
Okay,
You
well, let me give
always
you my
got
example and then you can tell me I'm wrong.
go ahead.
So I was using the example of a parent, right? So let's use creative. Maybe she has a certain income, right? But her son, he really, really needs money to be on the football team or whatever the case may be. And she's trying to decide, I only really have enough to pay my car note and my light bill. And she still somehow made a way to get that money. Either she took a little bit from the light bill, a little bit from the car note. She's not getting anything in return. Someone would argue, okay, well, she's getting the
She
love of her
got
son.
something in return.
But I'm just saying, that's what she would do. To me, that's a personal sacrifice that most parents would do if they love their kids and their kids doing good or whatever. And even if they bad as hell, they still might do it. To
Yeah,
me,
but you always sacrificing, but it's still sacrificing. She
I said
sacrificed
that's
to her
what she was
son.
doing, DJ.
The
I said
human
that was
existence,
sacrificing.
Oh, okay.
human existence is to sacrifice in general.
Right.
When I pull up to a stop sign, if somebody pulls up to a stop sign after me, like they're perpendicular, if they go across, I have sacrificed. I've stopped to
Yeah.
allow them to cross. If we
Facts.
get to the grocery store and we don't know who's going to get in line first, if I stop and let you through, that's just, like we do it every day, all day, and
All
don't
I
even
don't
day.
think
even
about
think
it.
about that. That's
All day
crazy.
long.
And I
That's
got
why I
a
said we all
definition that I
sacrifice.
like.
And it doesn't
found-
always mean it's love. Because
Hold
like
on,
the
LA
example
you had a definition.
oh, sorry.
Yeah, I just think that this is one that's probably a little bit more I guess functional for what we talking about. To give up something important or valued for the sake of other considerations.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a
Oh
fact.
yeah, I would
And that's why I
say
say it don't have to be love.
Well, no, he
You
asked,
let
can
somebody in
you,
front of you when you drive down the street, you let somebody cut in front of you or you give them the right of way when they don't have the right of way. That's a sacrifice. I got some place to be, sis, but
But
I'm
I think-
allowing you to do it. And I don't love you. I don't even know you.
No, but
reading
I'm
that back.
saying, but that's how you would do it for a stranger, much less the person that you love. You know what I'm saying? Aren't you willing? This is what I'm asking. If you could love somebody without being willing to sacrifice for them.
Right.
I don't think
So it's not whether sacrifice equals love, it's whether love includes sacrifice with it.
Right.
I think it always does.
Okay.
And I think that's what Princella is saying.
Hmm.
So
Okay.
yeah, right. She actually do be mixing some pints with some bullshit.
Yeah.
I'm not playing with you.
And not just my own pain.
Oh,
And
shit.
because of that process came the fifth and final component, willingness to be reborn.
Oh my
This
God.
was my
Here
readiness
comes the
to
bullshit.
shed
I'm
the
sorry.
previous version of myself,
I
the
can't.
version that needed to stay angry, that needed to be right, and that needed to stay the victim. You see, each time I cycled through these conditions, I was reborn with more understanding, more compassion, and more grace than I had before.
Stop the
Child,
cap.
you was not
Love
reborn.
doesn't just happen to us.
You were enlightened.
Love is
There's a
built
difference. Like I
one
can't.
action.
You know this thing, and I know you never I know you probably ain't familiar with her content,
Can
right?
y'all hear me?
Yeah, we could
Yeah,
hear
we hear
you.
Something
you.
I
is
know you might not be
too bad.
familiar with her content. Oh, you can't hear us? Yeah, a lot of stuff that Princella talk about, like I heard that shit in the conscious community. Like a lot of the stuff she talk about.
She was in the
Especially
conscious community
It was
also.
in the,
So that's
yeah.
probably
we
where
talked
she got
about
it
that,
from.
yeah.
that's probably where.
She was
Especially
in
when
there.
she talk about the women, about how everybody come from women. Like that is actually some shit that's based on some real shit that them Nuwapians used to talk about, like Malachi Z. Yark and them, you know what I'm saying? Sure, he got locked up for some, weird stuff, but a lot of people use that shit. A lot of shit spin off from a lot of that old conscious community shit, you know what I mean?
And one condition at a time. I would ask, think of a person or an experience that still lives rent-free in your mind. And what if the next act of love isn't to reach for them, but to return to your true self? I would tell you to start small. Develop an intense desire to take this journey. Seek understanding and allow higher emotions to organically arise: compassion, appreciation, and respect, not just for others, but for yourself as well. Sacrifice anything that does not contribute to your highest good and allow a new version of yourself to be born. This is what love asks of us: not to seek it, not to demand it, but to build it, one condition and one piece at a time until it becomes who we are. We say we want love, but what we really want is comfort. And love is not comfort, it is construction.
What do y'all think about that? She said love is not comfort.
I agree. I think I'm gonna say it's not always comforting. Your parents, when they discipline you, might do it out of love because they want to protect you from something. It's not going to be a comforting thing to you, but it is going to provide you a level of protection and love that they want to offer. I mean, I don't think love is always. I mean, I don't think that love is always. Is that what you were asking? Did I get lost in my own sauce?
Yeah, I think I think I understand what you're saying. It's not always comfortable, but it's not always uncomfortable either.
Right.
It's like you could expect some discomfort, you know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, I
So when
agree.
you
Love
become
isn't always comfortable. And then I agree. I see how she talks about investing in yourself and self-love and building yourself up. She throws that in her message. I agree with that part.
Why you always mentioning this self-love? And you know what I'm saying? A lot of times people who mention a lot of self-love, it be selfish people, you know what I mean? I don't know.
No, that's not true. Self-love is important. You have to love yourself.
I'm going to co-sign what Creative is saying and say that I don't believe that you can adequately love somebody else without first loving yourself.
Exactly.
And I do agree with that, but I want y'all to explain that. Why is that?
Because
Go ahead.
I'll let you go first. Let me
Okay,
work on that thought.
So you have to pour into yourself. So you have to build up your confidence. You have to build yourself up. You know, you can't pour from an empty cup. So if you work on yourself, you heal your traumas, you're not as triggered, and you just worked on your health, you work on your sanity, you become a whole person. And you being a whole person, you can actually give, and you're given from a healthy position. You're not given from a place of scarcity, need, wanting, desperation. It's a whole different type of energy.
I co-sign everything she just said.
I think if you're loving yourself, right, you giving the love and you receiving the love. So you
Right.
understanding the love on both ends at the same time. So now you could love somebody because you could understand if you actually loving them or you just think you loving them, because you know how it feels to give it and receive it, because you had to give it to yourself and receive it from yourself. You had it both ways. So now you know how to be on the receiving end and the giving end. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's what I think self-love is important. That's what I think people mean when they say that shit. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Love through the structure you built. You stop seeking for love to come to you and you start to allow it to flow through you. And that is the power of conditional love.
So she's talking about the power of conditional love. That's crazy. I never heard nobody said the power of conditional love. Let me see. And LA had to leave early. She got to get up in the morning. And Chanel, I think she got she using her neighbor Wi-Fi. You know what I'm saying? They kicked her off.
She'll be back.
I do want to pull up this one video though. I was watching it. LA had sent this video. And it's not that long of a video. Let me see what they're talking about. See this shit.
So last week Sunday, scrolling through TikTok, I come across this video about men feeling unappreciated.
This is what it looks like when you walk away at the first sign of disrespect.
Who breaks up with a man because of a repost? Well, there is this lady who
So they're talking about this woman that broke up with her dude because of a repost. That's all I know about the video. I didn't get a chance to watch it.
broke up with a man because of the repost. He reposted something on social media, and she was wondering, why am I seeing this kind of repost? This is strange. Like my FYP, I know the kind of things that I see on my FYP, but why am I getting this on my FYP? Hey, y'all, welcome to the channel, Sessa Spill, and we are spilling. Now, this lady is out here telling us she left a man because of a repost. You guys, let's go listen to the things she said and the incident that transpired, and I will be back.
This definitely was not on my 2026 bingo card, and shit happened so fast. I'm still a little, but let's get into it. I'm not gonna drag it out. So last week Sunday, scrolling through TikTok, I come across this video about men feeling unappreciated. Why is this coming up on my For You? Like, very specific algorithm. But then I peeped the bottom left corner and it was reposted by him. Funny, but not funny, haha. Funny, weird.
Wait a minute. This woman was scrolling through TikTok, right? She see a video about men feeling unappreciated. And then when she zoom into the bottom corner where you see who liked this shit, she see her boyfriend liking this. I think he reposted the shit. So this shit sound like it about to go left. This is crazy.
But then I peeped the bottom left corner and it was reposted by him. Funny, but not funny, haha. Funny, weird. So I'm like, okay, I need to see what else you reposting, because is this a sub? You're trying to be passive aggressive? And y'all can go look, you already done found the man page. I'm seeing videos about hoes ain't the same anymore and a bunch of whack shit. So I get to thinking, am I hoes? Like, are you talking?
Uh-oh.
Yo, this is crazy. I don't think this is fair.
What do you mean? This is really good because we need to know what these people be watching and what they because we
Wait a
get
minute. So you trying to get people on the
no,
surveillance?
DJ,
You
you
see,
laughing
this is
now.
crazy.
You get in an argument. This dude tell you a whole bunch of you whole bitches, all of this, and you be like, where the fuck did all this come from? So you better spot the red flags before they spot you.
So wait a minute. You would break up with your man based on a repost?
I will ask him questions like, is this how you really feel? Why are you following this? Is this relationship not happy for you? I will ask
You
those
know,
questions
you know
because
what? That is fair.
why are
That is
you
fair.
drawn to this type of content? Like what
I get
makes
it. I
you
get it.
want to watch it? You
Yeah, it's
understand what
fair
I'm
to
saying?
ask questions. Yeah. That's fair. That's fair.
Be passive aggressive, and y'all can go look. Y'all already done found the man page. I'm seeing videos about hoes ain't the same anymore and a bunch of whack shit. So I get to thinking, am I hoes? Like, are you talking about me? Like, what's going on? So I confronted him about it because
How could you be hoes? You singular. Hoes is plural. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man.
It
are
don't
you
matter.
talking about
These men,
me?
Semantics. Look at
You
you.
see, now you about to say these men. Look at this.
not these men like that, but men in general. Sometimes they you guys have a whole bunch of names of what you want to call women and what you want to label them by and put them in different categories and buckets.
We all got labels and buckets created.
I know, but you got to question yourself. Like, what bucket am I? Like, you
I
have
don't
to.
think it's
Go ahead,
I
Candy.
don't think it's a repost though. It's got to be something more to it. Because if you judge me by my repost, I'm all over the place with what I find funny. Like it's got to be more to it.
Right.
About hoes ain't the same anymore and a bunch of whack shit. So I get to thinking, am I hoes? Like, are you talking about me? Like, what's going on? So I confronted him about it because why would you ask me to come live with you and then you're going to take care of me while I'm in school, but then this is how you really feel? And the man paying my bills ain't never going to shut me up.
Uh-oh.
The man sighs and says, I'm giving him a headache. Ooh. Bet. Say less, don't worry about it. The noggin gets to noggining. And I'm like, you know what, baby, you're right. You're right. I'm tripping. Let it go. I let it go. Monday morning now, I'm making breakfast. His birthday's in a few days. So I'm like, oh, baby, I can't wait for your birthday. We're going to have so much fun. Because truth be told, for the last 2.5 years, for each other's birthdays, we always do it big. So I know he geeked out by his birthday. I know, like, he's thinking, like, his birthday about to be real special. The minute he leaves for work, like, as soon as the car pulls out the driveway, I gets to packing. Like, Tina Turner left with just her
Can I
clothes. I'm like,
just
fuck the
say,
furniture. It is what it is.
that's some shit that I would do. That's some shit that I would do for sure. Oh,
And
I'm gonna
why
play
are
this
we?
whole
And
game.
is
I'm pulling
anybody
up the
put a one?
U-Haul this
Put a one
morning.
in the chat if you're surprised by what Chanel just said. This is something she would do. Put a one in the
DJ,
chat if we
why
are
you
not
want the chat to
surprised.
hate me? Why?
You see, look, ain't nobody mentioned hate, but this is
All right.
crazy. How you gonna just dip because that is irrational, Chanel.
I'm not saying no. Let's be clear. I'm not saying that I would do what she's doing in regard to her situation. I'm saying if I was mad in the mood and I was ready to go because you did whatever it was that you did that I didn't like, I don't fuck with you no more like that, then that would be my tactic. I would be like, oh, so nice to you, and da 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 da, and then have a U-Haul pull up. I'm not saying I would even be in her situation. I'm saying I'm gonna let you think you got over on me, and you're gonna find out you didn't. That's all I was really saying.
Birthday, we're gonna have so much fun because truth be told, for the last 2.5 years, for each other's birthdays, we always do it big. So I know he geeked out by his birthday. I know, like, he's thinking, like, his birthday about to be real special.
Yeah.
The minute he leaves for work, like, as soon as the car pulls out the driveway, I gets to packing. Like, Tina Turner left with just her clothes. I'm like, fuck the furniture. It is what it is. But the whole day I'm on edge because I'm like, dang, I need to come up with a way for him to not go in the closet. Got it. He gets home Monday night. I'm like, oh, baby, all your birthday stuff is in the closet. Like, don't go in there because I don't want you to see, like, what I got. Tuesday, like, morning, afternoon.
You see, this is too much.
I am a daddy's.
This is too much. This is deceitful. You know what I'm saying? This is too much going on. You pack your bag, you got it stashed, hide away in the closet. Oh, don't go in the closet. That's what your birthday shit is at. That is just too much going on right there. You know what I'm saying? Like,
How is
she
that
could've-
too much? She's thinking about her like she's methodical, and there's nothing wrong with being methodical.
all because of a TikTok post.
I ain't saying that she's right for what she's doing. I'm just simply saying if she feels that she's right and this is her strategy to, you know, really kind of, I guess, fuck him over, then I think
And
she's
wasn't
doing
you
it
just
right.
saying that we above animals? You can't just go by how you feel. As an
DJ, I'm not,
adult,
let me be clear. I'm not
after
saying
you
this
feel
woman
it,
is
you gotta
right,
think
but
about it. No, after you feel it, you gotta process it, because that is like, what are you doing?
because you're being logical. Her situation, she's being emotional. She's mad about whatever happened, and she wants to get back at him. And the way she's doing it is methodical, and ain't nothing wrong with it.
But she's hurting herself.
Well, how is she hurting herself?
She's leaving at the last. I'm pretty sure she's living there. Where's she gonna go? Just go some random place? Traveling is an inconvenience by itself. You know what I'm saying?
But we don't know her situation.
Right.
That is, let me not speculate.
And then second of all, she should have had the conversation and instead of jumping to conclusions, you know, and laid everything out on the table.
I want to reserve my opinion until we see the full video. I want to see the full gambit of what she has to say.
You want to see
specific algorithm. But then I peeped the bottom left corner and it was reposted by him. Funny, but not funny, haha. Funny, weird. So I'm like, okay, I need to see what else you. I'm seeing video like, what's going on? Gets to noggining.
My
now
bad,
I'm
I
like,
fast forward by
goes
accident.
out the driveway. I gets to packing. So the next day was his birthday. But let me backtrack. So Tuesday night, he's geeked out. He's playing LMA. He's singing. He's up. I'm like, he needs to go to sleep because the plan is set. 6:30 a.m. I'm out. So I need to put him to sleep. Put him to sleep. 6:30 comes. I still had one suitcase left in the house. All my other stuff.
So she give him that pum pum. You know what I'm saying? At least she, you know what I'm saying? She try to give him a slice before she leave. You know what I mean? At least,
That
yeah.
is making it 10 times worse. I'm listening. This is gold standard.
This
That's
look,
DJ for you. That's DJ
she's
for you.
toxic, but she don't even know that she's
That's
toxic.
not toxic. She just said she recognized I don't like this, and she moved on, and ain't nothing wrong with it.
I hear you.
30 comes. I still had one suitcase left in the house. All my other stuff was in the car, and some I had my friend come get from the day he went to work. So I'm literally like, he's knocked out, snoring, perfect. So I'm literally sneaking out with, I don't know why I'm whispering, but I'm literally like sneaking out with my suitcase. When I get in the car, I drive to my friend's house, park my car at my friend's house, then take an Uber from my friend's to the airport. Because if I'm a headache, let me be the kind you never recover from.
Amen.
Don't amen. Don't amen that shit. You see, Chanel is the problem. Wait a minute. I think
How Chanel's the problem though?
Chanel is the problem.
Cause
You know what I'm saying?
You already know. He doesn't. What did you say, creative? They don't like it when I interrupt their crazy talk.
Yeah, but yeah, my thing is that he didn't want to have the conversation. So she just moving. Y'all want her to be in a relationship for like 5 years and then find out he's a douchebag or 2 or 3 years in?
Listen, a wise person once said, when people show you who they are, believe them the first time.
Let
So
me
she
ask
Y'all
you
just
see.
both.
she just
Can I
moved
ask you both a
on.
question?
I agree.
Mm.
hmm
Have you ever not wanted to have a conversation with somebody you were in a relationship with? Have you ever
Absolutely.
postponed that conversation because you knew you were not equipped to have it in that moment?
Yep.
So if your husband or boyfriend or whoever decided, since you're telling me you have a headache, or because she says he said you're giving me a headache, it's not the same thing as telling me I am a headache. It's the way you interpreted it. So that gives him the right to then pack up his stuff and leave you there.
Listen, if you don't like me, then you should move on. But
But how does that mean he don't like her though?
no, I'm just being facetious. But I do believe that if you don't like me, move on. But to answer Candy's question, I'm my relationship with my husband is exactly like that. If there's an issue in our relationship, we have a disagreement, whatever, I immediately want to talk about it. Immediately want to discuss it so we can move on. I don't like hanging on to shit, being mad or whatever.
Mhm.
My husband doesn't
But
operate
see,
that way. He needs time. It took me some years to figure that out, but I
okay,
know he's different than me, right? So if I want to stay married to this man and we want to have a good communication, it can't just be only what I want, right? So it
Mm.
can't just be, well, if we argued about this, I'm mad about that, I gotta know now. And it hurts me because I'd be like, I want to talk about it now. I don't operate like that, but we're in a marriage. So communication is two ways. So I think if it's somebody you care about, then you're going to consider all of those things. But if this just some dude that you was dating and you wasn't really real about, and he did this one little thing over here where he disliked something or like something, in my opinion, personally, if she really cared about him, she'd be petty as fuck. To me,
yeah,
that says that she didn't really care about the relationship. If you mad about he reposted something, it's just like, girl, stop.
I co-sign that. I agree,
Mhm.
and I
But
feel
that
like
being said, she has the right to dislike or be fed up with whatever it is. That's her. Let that lady listen. Let her move on to her next whoever. That's how
it
I
would
see
be
it.
different if okay. So I can give you an example based off this space, and I'm not going to say whom. But there was a couple that was married in this space, and the man all of a sudden, well, I'm not going to say all of a sudden, he started listening to Manosphere content to the point where he'd be laying in bed next to her listening to like Kevin Samuels or some other red pill content creator, to the point where it's now changing how he's interacting with her. He's no longer, I don't know if he was ever really kind to her. I don't recall if she ever said that, but my point in saying this is what you repost, if you just like something that might be a little bit messed up, who am I to police your shadow side or your dark sense of humor, as long as it's not like something too extreme, like you got kids and like stuff like that in it. But it's once the behavior starts to show, if he's coming home and he's starting to act in ways that you never known him to act, and he's treating you in ways you never agreed to be treated, I think that's when you can start to have concern. Somebody simply, if he likes a big booty pic, am I going to just up and walk out the door because this man got some eyes?
No.
No.
Yeah, that's
Well, I might
nonsense.
like the big booty pic too. Like what?
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, y'all have to be realistic when it comes to relationships.
Mm.
I don't think it's, but this is the thing though. I don't think any relationship, it doesn't matter who you're in a relationship with, your mom, your daddy, your child, your boyfriend, your wife, whatever, they're not all created equal, right? So the relationship you're going to have and how the many times you're going to give your sister to play you is going to probably be different than however many times you're going to give your friend to, play you out or misuse you, mistreat you, whatever. We all have those types of relationships with somebody in our life. I'm just one of those people that feels like, if it ain't working for you, if you can't get over it, whatever it is, it's wise for you to move on because people ain't gonna change for your ass. Just be very clear about it. They
I
don't need to
agree.
change for God. He gave them a whole Bible and told them what to do. And they like, nope, I'm gonna fornicate tonight. Like, and no shout out to all the fornicators.
Oh my God.
But you get what I'm saying. If they what makes
I
me
agree
think
with
they
you.
gonna
I
listen
just
to
think
me? Like,
this is not one of those situations though. Like again, you were happy until that For You page popped up and you saw he reposted something. If the For You page never happened, he'd have got whatever you were going to do for his birthday without interruption. So it's, to me, it was a foolish reason to walk
but
away. And I
can't you
feel like
apply that to any situation? Any situation
no,
that
because
that
she
pops
wasn't.
up that I no longer feel the same way about this person that I did before, it might be minuscule to us, but for her it isn't. And I respect the right for everybody to make whatever decision about whatever relationship they're gonna be in, because I don't have to be in that fucking relationship with
You're
their
right.
ass.
I'll give you
They
that.
have to. So if
I
you
will say, for me, I don't think that her decision was one made out of logic, but it's unique to her. So kudos to her, and kudos to that next woman that man's gonna come across.
Yeah.
I bet you he ain't gonna be on no more pages, Charlie.
He don't think twice. Look.
And that's
No,
the
he's probably
crazy
gonna be
thing.
confused.
What if all that she what if she was good with him and the only issue she had with him was that shit? Now she about to be mad.
That's
And then when he
narcissistic.
find out that that's where they broke up from and he changed that shit, now the other chick get all the good parts and he don't be on social media and shit like that. And
He
that's
not
what
about
they
to
could have
change in that
discussed. They
direction.
could have
He
just
not.
discussed that shit and tweaked that part. So now she just throw away everything
See,
else.
DJ, you
And
being strategic.
that shit is crazy.
Mhm.
See, but here I get what you're saying, Chanel. She has a right to do what she wants. I'm saying I'm looking at what she said as the standard, and simply because this man didn't want to have a conversation with you in that moment because he said you were giving him a headache, caused you to pack your bags and leave him. I don't think you had a very sturdy foundation with that man to begin with, even though she said she was a student,
Agreed.
even though she said that he moved her in and she didn't have to pay any bills. Like if on a whim, just because you didn't like what he said in that, if you listen, I may not like what my bosses say. I may not like what my mama says. I may not
Mhm.
like what anybody has to say. But if you're so fickle that just simply not liking what somebody has to say is going to cause you to up and leave them, you probably shouldn't have been with them in the first place.
Well, I think that's like two parts to that. Because I do agree with you, but I do think it depends on what your level of severity that you're applying to the conversation that you're trying to have with that person. Because something might be important to me, but it ain't important to my husband. Meaning we're not gonna have the same response if we're in the same given situation. He might not really give a shit. I might be emotional about it, or vice versa. So I do think it's illogical to say, well, if I feel some type of way about you doing whatever it is on the internet or whatever it is you're doing and you have a problem with, yeah, have a conversation with me. Because we're not perfect, right? So if you do what she did, in my opinion, that's like borderline narcissism. So you shouldn't
It
be expecting
is.
nobody to be perfect because your ass ain't perfect. Let's just be clear.
I
And since
feel
you're
like
not perfect, then what the hell are you doing? But if the conversation was very serious to her and she felt dismissed by him being like, you giving me a headache or whatever, because that's some dismissive shit to say to somebody, especially if you're in a relationship with him. If you say that shit to me and I feel disrespected or dismissed by that, oh, I don't matter. Oh, okay. So that's why I said I probably would have did the same thing. Not over the same situation, but if it was something that really I felt was hurtful to me, yeah, I'm out. I'm about to get a whole plan together. Sure am.
Can I say this? We don't know like what other stuff she's going through. That could have probably been the final.
That's a good
draw.
point.
Yeah, you probably could have
But
did a
why
lot
didn't
of
she bring that up though? Like I get what you're saying, but she seemed like she was trying to make a point of, oh, I'm a headache. Well, I'm not going to be a headache anymore. I could see if she gave more background. You made it seem like because this man didn't want to have this conversation with you in the moment, you didn't get your way, so you bounced. And if that's her standard of how she wants to deal with her relationship, she has every right to do that.
I
I
agree
just
with
think
you. She did bounce because she didn't get her way. That's why I was saying it's narcissistic. Because if she's staying in a house where a man is paying all her bills and that's ideally what she wants, I would never want that. But if that's ideally
Yeah,
what she
I would
wants,
stay right there.
then yeah, you my king. I get what the fuck I want. Yeah, I
so.
don't give a shit
My
about
next
that.
question.
That's what it is. I
So my
fucks
next
with
question on this video
What'd you
is,
say,
do we
Creative?
know if this is a skit or if this was real? Has anybody looked into it to see? Because a lot of times people present these sort of arguments and ideas as real life, and you find out later it was a skit for rage bait and to get people having these conversations.
Mhm.
Do we know?
Most of the times we don't know, you know what I mean? Because this page that we seen it on is not even her page. This is somebody else presenting it. So this not even from her page. We probably got to look on the video to find her page.
I would say this: the way she told the story, it didn't sound like she was making shit up. It sounded like she had everything in a row. You know what I'm saying? It didn't sound fake or
She
contrived.
sounded like one of the sprinkle tribe. I kn-
Oh,
that was why I asked that. Like,
Tribe.
and I'm not saying anything wrong with it, but I'm just
Damn, you just crushed creative dreams. That's a hero.
That is
Sprinkle-
that. She did not question my dreams.
Why
Like
you
you want to
calling
say it like
her
that? It's not even like that.
creative is
I
a
think
sweetheart.
that was
Leave
a
her
little
alone.
bit of a reach. We don't know that.
No, I'm not saying that
No.
in a bad way. I'm saying that's how Shira. Okay, never mind. I'll keep my
No.
opinions to
We
myself.
want to hear your.
No, we
And
don't
by
know
the way,
him.
we only
I talked about it with Chanel, but we don't know how old he is and if he's old and if he
He
don't
looks
look
young.
good. Because that's the that's the
Oh,
people who they target.
She looks young and she's cute, and so she probably knows she can get something, whatever, or she probably know he gonna beg her to come back or something like that. So she out. I ain't mad.
let's hear the rest because we ain't even halfway through.
The man called my parents.
Oh shit.
Yeah. The man
See? Told you.
called my parents.
In other words, I ain't give a fuck about that bitch.
Yeah, it could be a skit. It's mad edited, you know what I'm saying? It could be,
You
but
see what I'm saying?
just
That's
for
why
the
I
shit.
ask these questions.
But you know what
Yeah.
though, when we watch a movie and we review a movie, we imagine that it's real. So fuck
Yeah.
it. You know what I'm saying? That's
So
what
even if it's fake, it's still somebody's situation, probably.
it's based on a true story.
You still
You never recover from. Yeah.
Ooh.
The man
Hold on, pause. That
called my
bracelet she has
parents.
on costs about 10 grand. Just saying. But go ahead.
In other words, I ain't give a fuck about that bitch.
Look, she important. Now she really important. Look.
You
Yeah, she
is
got a lot of missed
important.
calls.
You is smart. You is...
And he called my brother
Wow.
and told him that he's worried about me because I just left without saying anything and he hasn't heard from me.
Her plan worked.
Who fucking who? So now they're calling me, blowing me up, asking me what's happening, what's going on. And I have older Haitian parents, right? And if anybody knows anything about Haitian parents, is that they're very dramatic. Like you just can't share anything with them.
I ain't gonna hold you listening to this young lady talk, right? I would have been worried about her too.
Why?
Damn.
Because she sounds very impulsive. She sounds very I'm gonna do and think later. I would have been worried where she at too. You know what I'm saying?
Him calling the family, if you just disappeared, you just gave him some sex the night before, it's his birthday coming up and you ghosted him, I'd be calling around too. That's
her point.
Yeah,
That
that's
was her whole
confusing.
point. I'm gonna fuck with your head. Cause I listen, you get up and you leave
That's
here. Yes,
evil.
I'm internally wondering what the fuck happened and whatever else. But I'm not calling you. Mm-mm.
What's that
That's
movie?
evil.
Who could play that game?
Right.
But he
Figure
ain't
it
playing
out.
no game with her. How is
He's
he? He
doing
didn't
exactly what
leave her.
she played that he would do. He's doing exactly what she wanted him to do. She wanted him to be completely confused and shocked and it's like, where the hell did she go? She fucked me good last night. What's happening? I ain't heard from her. I can't find her car. Like, he doing everything wrong. He should have just been like, all right, girl, and moved on. Bye.
But I shared a little bit. Did it help my case? No. I'm wrong. I'm the villain. I overreacted. Why did I do that to that man? Because all they know is the man that was buying my mom nice Christmas gifts, the man that was talking to my dad about real estate, the man that was telling my brother how much he loves me.
Get this.
So of
get
course, my mom is
together.
gonna say,
Yes.
"Simte kite papa pou n'importe ti bagay para plajo tia." Which translates to, if I would have left your dad for any little thing, you wouldn't have been here today. And maybe I shouldn't have.
Damn.
Maybe I shouldn't have.
That's
Because
fucked
yes,
up.
they've been married for 40 plus years. God bless them, but I don't want that marriage. Love my daddy down. I am a daddy's girl. My dad would and have done any and everything for me, but as a husband,
that makes sense.
I digress. Like, I'm trying to break the generational curses and the generational trauma, okay? My mom comes from that generation. Oh, he's paying bills and he's coming home. That's good. Not good enough for me. That's why I made it my
I
business
like her.
to always have my own, because Christina's gone out of there. And then my mom's gonna say, oh, you have to teach a man this and you have to teach a man
I
that.
ain't
He is
teaching.
being taught.
Mhm.
The lesson
Right,
is my
right.
actions. And if I wanted a project,
Wait a minute.
Right.
I love it. She's schooling.
Facts
You
down.
don't like it?
I agree with it. Yep.
Look,
Spoiled.
man.
She is
Y'all see
spoiled.
this shit like Creative and Chanel is no hope for them. Is no hope for the future. You know what I'm
Why
saying?
you, DJ? Why you mad? She has her own mind and she's speaking
Right.
it. You know,
Candy,
it's
do
just
you
a-
co-sign on this manipulative these manipulative tactics?
No, that's not something I would do.
Oh shit.
You see?
Listen,
Can I
I
just
agree
say
with
one
everything
thing?
that lady
Like,
said. I ain't doing that shit just because that's what y'all believe and that's that's the type of relationship you and my daddy had. I don't have to do that, and I ain't doing that. And ain't nothing wrong with that. Listen, I agree with everything she said, and I love the fact that she got her shit together enough, or has the right tribe around her enough to where she can leave your ass. Because who
Nah,
wants to stay
but
in
that
a
don't mean.
toxic
But
relationship
look
with
at
some
this.
dude
She
that's being?
but look at this though. She was still impulsive and she still had to
She
look back
was.
at it. But she's not even regretful or remorseful. You know what I'm
What does she
saying?
need to be regretting, DJ?
Because what
I bet you he regretting some shit. What you
that
think?
is inconsiderate. That was on that man' birthday. You get that man the pum pum. He ain't even. He's confused. He know
She
what's going
considered
on.
him. She gave
On
him
his
the
birthday, he's worried, frantic, trying to figure out where you. He spent. That's how he spent his birthday. That shit is crazy. That's some.
So
Now,
let me
how
ask you
she get
guys.
him?
I got a question for everybody.
Okay.
Is the point of relationships today to be the person to get at that person before they can to get them before they can get you? Is that the point of why people are in
No,
relationships
of course
today?
not. No,
Mm-mm.
no.
And I'm up here talking all this hot shit. I would do the same thing that she did, but it wouldn't be for the reason that she did it. So if like you really did some treacherous shit to me, like yeah, that's how I would move. You're not gonna ever see me again. You ain't gonna have the satisfaction of knowing, oh, I hurt Chanel's feelings. You'll probably know, but you're not gonna hear that. What did Beyonce say? Suicide before you see a tear fall down from my eye, honey. No, I'm not doing that because this is the thing. If whatever you did led me to that, then that was my boundary with you.
Mhm.
And I'm not about to try to fix you. I'm not about to think you about to change for me. I'm not doing none of that.
And just
So
know,
if
and
I gotta
ladies
move
that
on, I gotta move
listening,
on.
and ladies that's listening, just know, just like how y'all saying that she overreacted and she seen that she overreacted. Sometimes you got to step out yourself and ask yourself, am I overreacting? That's the adult thing to do. What she did is some little kid shit. Like if I was dude, I want to fuck back with her, then go on. Go and be somebody else kid. I'm not trying to be nobody parent and babysit you and have you doing impulsive wild shit and thinking about it later. What you going to do next time? What if we
This
got
was
kids? What you going to do then? You know what I'm saying?
And DJ, you
this
got that
wasn't
choice, but she has the choice also. Let's
Correct.
just give her her props because she's how old she is. She has her own money, and she could do whatever she wants.
It
And
don't
if she
matter
makes
though.
that, I know, but if she makes that mistake, she has to stand on it.
Right.
But
But she's
most
able
niggas is
to
not being
voice
with a
her
chick based on
opinion.
how much money they got. Like I don't care. I won't care how much
no.
bread she got. Like
Some
doing
women
shit like
can't
that,
even
That's
make
not
that
what
could
that
she
move.
lose. That could make us lose bread in the future. Moving
I
like
know,
that.
but she got
I don't
money,
think
so
that's
she's
what
not
she's
worried.
saying. I think what creative is saying is that if you're going to move like that, make sure you can at least take care of yourself so you don't
Right.
regret the decision you made. I think that's what
Correct.
she's
Or you don't have to go back to that situation.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah.
So if
Mhm.
you're
But here's
wrong,
the
you're not gonna.
thing.
So if you're wrong, you're not gonna go back.
But see, wrong is relative. Wrong isn't wrong to everybody.
Can I tell you my thoughts on this? I
Mhm.
don't think that she left with the intention of staying gone. She left to manipulate and to prove a point to him. I think I'd wager a $10 bet that she's going to be back with the man before the end of this, because the whole point, like even sleeping with him, if you felt like what he did was so egregious that you're going to up and leave, why would you give him some sex before you go?
Because she
Like
fucking his head. That's why.
because
Yeah.
you always
I don't
intended to
agree
come
with
back.
that.
It wasn't because you wanted this man to do what you wanted him to do. This was an effort
That's
to get him
true.
to force a change. It's
I
not
agree.
because you don't want this man.
I don't know about that part. I agree with the other stuff you said. I don't know that it's about that part because I think if you do want the guy, then you don't do all of this shit, in my opinion. A lot of times you'll try to work it out. You won't be so sensitive about this one little thing. Even if it's something hurtful to you, a lot of times if you love somebody, you let them make it. You know what I'm saying? It's what humans do when they care about people sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Not all humans, but in general. So maybe she might, but I don't know. Listen, if I pack up all my shit, I ain't coming back.
Right.
I
I'm
didn't
gonna
already
say
pay for this U-Haul. I didn't figure out what apartment I'm moving into or whatever it is. Because she looked like she in a hotel right now. That's what it looked like. But whatever it is I've decided, I'm not going back to you, because I feel like when you do that in any relationship, it could be at your job or whatever, then you are setting a precedence that whatever that behavior was that I felt disrespected by, whatever it is, then you can do that again if I let you back in. Mm-mm.
I'm
And
gonna
she
just
also the
say
tip.
this.
She said, giving free cat to prove what? I don't know if you
Yeah.
mentioned that, right?
I didn't
Like,
understand why she said
I
that.
love it. She's saying, why have sex with a dude and then leave him, essentially.
Because you want him to crave you to come back. That's why she did it. That's what I'm saying.
1,000%.
It was a manipulation tactic,
And
and
maybe
she's
she
gonna go
wanted some
back.
dick.
And now she's coming back. She's coming back with a stronger resolve that I'll up and leave you anytime I want to. So you better do what I want, and we're not even gonna have this conversation twice. That's what she just did.
But she could have had a point across if she would have gave him the silent treatment. So yeah, so I
That's what
didn't-
10-year-olds do, creative. No.
Yeah, but it does work.
But
It
look at
does
this.
work.
That's way less than catching an Uber, going to pay for the telly. You could be at your own crib with the Netflix and the Wi-Fi, and now your nigga, he's worried less about you now, because worrying about where you at is different than the silent treatment. I could handle the silent treatment, but I'm worried if somebody catch you, snatch you, and throw you in the back of a plumber van. You know what I'm saying? It's all types of shit. That is crazy.
DJ,
Like, I'll be so mad I wouldn't
done
even want to
something-
fuck. I'll be so mad I wouldn't even want to fuck with you. That is crazy to me. To
Yeah,
have me
agree.
just
I
my
would have that
birthday
same
and I'm frantic. I gotta go to the police station. I would be so fucking pissed.
Don't go to the police station. They're gonna think you did it, DJ. I'm just saying. Just let it be
I mean-
known, sis. No, I agree with you. I would be the way you are responding is exactly how I would respond if the shoe was on the other foot. So if I was in a relationship and I did something semi-minor or whatever the case may be, where I didn't feel like it, the crime, the punishment didn't fit the crime, then and you left me with like ghosted me, yeah, listen, you about to be blocked from everything. I'm gonna call my parents. Don't talk to him when he calls you. You don't know where I'm at. Like, I'm out. I would have the same response, because you're not gonna fuck over me and think you hurting me without me doing the same exact thing. Yeah.
Let's hear some more of this shit.
I would have went to Home Depot. Like, what the?
Now, before we go into what people had to say,
What is
concerning
happening?
this,
No, this lady is the lady that's she's the lady that's presenting the video.
Oh, is that a hat on her head? Okay, go ahead.
I mean, it looked like a hat or like a fluffy headband or some shit.
I thought that
don't
was
know.
her undone braids. I was confused, but go ahead. I swear to God.
Come
that's
on, man. Come on. You didn't think that. Man.
do you think
Why do I
that
have to lie?
she overreacted? I mean, some might say, well, she knows her worth. And some people have the opinion that, yeah, it's good she took this decision. And, if they ever come back together,
All
it's
right,
going
you're gonna be talking here for a minute. I really want to hear the rest of the story. Oh, I think that was the rest of the story. This is just people probably reacting to the story.
Oh,
But we
everybody's
never
reacting.
find out.
And then
Yeah, it didn't look like we found out what's going on. I think that. Oh, wait. There we
Yeah,
go.
she goes back there. Yeah.
Yeah.
The first sign of disrespect.
I come across this video about men feeling unappreciated.
You know
I
what?
think the
My
bottom
bad. I actually want to hear these other ladies' perspective on that shit too. We'll skim through them.
Dodge left that Miss Mama who peeped her boyfriend liking shady relationship posts, and then discreetly packed all of her bags, got all of her stuff out of Dodge, left that man sleeping in the house, and dipped on his birthday without saying a word. Caught a plane, landed thousands of miles away, living her best life. She's gone. And then he subsequently blew her phone up, and all she did was play "Get Your Off of My Phone."
Oh, that's what she told him. Damn.
Damn, savage.
Damn.
She played what? I'm sorry. That's
I'm about to run it back.
She's gone. And then he subsequently blew her phone up, and all she did was play "Get Your Off of My Phone. Please leave me alone." Fajane, listen, you need every single one of your 10s, all of them.
Y'all, did y'all see the video?
So she gave her a 10 out of 10. That's what she said.
Yeah.
Every one of your 10s, that's what. Yeah. Okay.
The girl who left her man on his birthday after he was caught reposting stuff on TikTok about like how women are not how they used to be and how, basically toxic relationship shit. So the girl said that she was scrolling on TikTok and something came across her For You page like about like women ain't how they used to be, toxic relationship type shit. And then she was like, why is this coming across my For You page? I don't like stuff like this. And then she noticed that at the very bottom in the corner that her man had reposted it. And then she saw like his likes and reposts, and they're all basically along that same line, you know, like real toxic, red pill type shit. And then she was like, this ain't gonna work. So she went and confronted the man, and the man talked about something, you're giving me a headache. So the young lady was like, say less. As soon as he went to work, she went to work. She said she immediately started packing up all her stuff. She gave some stuff to her friends in a suitcase and stuff like that. And then like she still had a couple more things to pack, but it was his birthday coming up. So while she was still packing, she told him, don't go in the closet because, you know, I got some stuff for your birthday. So she's doing all the things. She made him breakfast. They went to the gym wearing matching outfits, acting like everything is fucking sweet. And she said that the day or the night before she had to like get on her flight, like she had to put his ass to sleep somehow because he was, you know, up. So, you know, she did what she had to do to put him to sleep. You just hear him in the bed snoring. You know, he had a great night. You just know he thought he was waking up to a great birthday. So she said she snuck and got her last suitcase, put it in her car, dipped out to her friend's house where the rest of her suitcases were, grabbed the rest of her suitcases from her friend's house, left her car there, and got on a flight and took the fuck off. So he's texting her and he's like, so you just gonna pack your stuff up and leave? So you just gonna leave me? Oh my God, it's my birthday. Like, you're gonna leave me? I guess I'll just get gone too. You know, that's how it goes. Like, when you deal with like some type of like narcissistic behavior, like they go to immediate, when you don't want to go back to them and they know that you're really done, they go to like ambiguously inferring.
How do we know that man was a narcissist?
I think she's saying she's a narcissist, not him. I thought that's what she was saying.
Can you rewind that? Because I'm all right.
And so to the Chanel reality, she said, hit the like and the Cash App. Hit the Cash App too. Appreciate it.
Leave, so you're gonna leave me? Oh my God, it's my birthday. Like, you're gonna leave me? I guess I'll just get gone too. You know, that's how it goes. Like, when you deal with like some type of like narcissistic behavior, like they go to immediate, when you don't want to go back to them and they know that
So she's calling the dude. Yeah, she's calling the dude a narcissist.
They both might be narcissists, but I don't think he's narcissistic. I mean, I don't know enough.
That's what I'm saying. We be jumping to conclusions on stuff like that. Like how you come up with he's a narcissist? She didn't give you enough details to make that determination on him, and then she didn't give enough details on herself.
I was just saying she seemed, I thought her response to that situation, the fact that she's not giving him even an opportunity. Well, she did give him an opportunity. She just didn't like what he said to her when she gave him an opportunity. But I do think it's narcissistic. I think that behavior was a little borderline narcissistic. But I do think
hers
she
or his?
right for her.
Hers or his, you saying?
Her.
Okay.
Because to me, she was giving spoiled even before she talked about her family or whatever, and how her dad, you know, whatever. I get she's spoiled and she likes to get her way, and if she doesn't, she's gonna respond, you know, emotionally.
Let me give you some context as to why, because I don't want y'all to feel like I'm just caping for men, blah blah blah. That's not it. I'm looking at it from my own perspective of when I'm mad, I can't have a conversation with you because I don't like to say things and gut punch. I don't want to say things. I'm very careful with my words in everyday life. And so I don't ever want to say things that I don't mean out of anger because I'm feeling them in this moment. I would rather wait until I'm calm and have a conversation versus being impulsive. And then, because I don't apologize. It's one of my rules. I've said that before on here. I think it's very disingenuous to apologize for how I felt in that moment with what I said. So I don't really do it. Now, I might apologize if it hurt your feelings or how you felt about it, but I meant what I said 10 toes down. So if it's not something that I'm comfortable sticking, once I've said it, I'm not going to say it. I'd rather wait until I'm calm. So that's why I have a little bit more compassion for the man in this situation, because how do we know he's not one of those people like your husband, Chanel, who doesn't want to have a conversation in that moment and wants to wait until a cooler head can prevail? I think that, you know, she didn't even say whether he tried to have a conversation with her later. She gave him a one and done chance. Now that was her right to do, but I don't think if he actually walked away, the severing of this relationship, he's probably going to realize was a better thing for him than it was. Let her go. Thoughts on that?
Yeah, I see where you're coming from. That he can well, if you actually look at it and you put it all down on the table, She seems like a narcissist from the way that she reacted right
Yeah,
away.
I agree. And I think too, the adult thing to do, if a person has a behavior or does something that I know is like something that this isn't going to change, you know what I'm saying? Like your perspective, when a person has a certain ideology about things, you're not going to change. And I'm not here to try to change you. It's just I don't believe in that. If people barely can change for their own self, for their own betterment, I don't know that I should put stock in this person changing. But I do think that if that was a situation that I was in, I probably would have given him an opportunity. I probably would have said, not to break my heart, not to do me dirty, not to be in a toxic relationship, but at least explain himself why he did that and what was the purpose and does he really believe in that? Because I'm not going to be in a relationship with somebody that has a completely different ideology that's nowhere near how I think. You know what I'm saying? So I would be setting myself up, and even her, in my opinion, she would be setting herself up to deal with the same bullshit later.
But here's where I have a slight difference. I agree with you on the fact of if you are unhappy, don't change the person. If what's not working for you, I don't believe in changing. Hey, Erica, I'm sorry. Hey, I see you on my Twitch side. I appreciate you coming through.
Hey, Erica.
Hey, Erica.
I don't agree with trying to control people. I don't agree with trying to change people. I think she made a good decision. If you feel like what he is posting online is a dead end all for you, then you should walk away from this man. I don't believe in trying to change him. I'm a firm believer in find your tribe. Don't focus on the people who don't want you. If he's saying he's unhappy in this relationship, I think my issue with her was the why she said she was leaving is because because I'm a headache. Well, let me be a headache for somebody else. I guess that's the why. But if you're unhappy with the fact that this man is now adopting red pill talking points, I can understand that. I think there should be a conversation to be had. But if he refused the conversation in this moment, I think I probably would have tried it again before I just left. Like, especially because she never said we gave her grace in saying, well, maybe this was the last straw. She never said it was the last straw. She said, I didn't get what I want and I'm out. And I don't know. I would never want somebody to be in a quote relationship with me. And you feel like whenever you don't get your way, you walking on eggshells to deal with that person at that point. And that is damaging to your central nervous system. Like can you imagine the anxiety that would be like, that would feel like to be in a relationship with every little twist and turn is I'm out. Then go
Which
then.
is why
Take your shit and go.
Yeah. Right? There's no security, no blanket. There's no stability.
And I
there.
ain't walking on eggshells with nobody.
And show so the Giz, he said, we are setting people up to be lonely. I think she did him a favor and she proved him right. That's crazy.
I would like to hear his side of the story. Like, and I would like to hear an update from her today because I want to know, did you go back to this man like I think you did? I really think that was probably a skit because usually when people got these, they have these sort of story times, they do 11 parts of it and come back and tell you where they ended up. And I would like to know where she ended up with this. I mean,
if I could speculate about this shit, I would say that the man it's probably hard for him to talk to her about some shit. Maybe his communication is bad, or maybe she's just hard to talk to. The conversation gotta go her way. So the man probably online liking shit and venting shit. Because a lot of dudes come to this space to talk about shit that they scared to talk about with a significant other. Even women too come to this space, and it's like you get your shit off with strangers because it's not gonna affect your life. But if you was to argue with your significant other on these type of shit, more than likely your relationship won't survive. So a lot of people come on here to do that shit, and he probably was getting his shit off online. I'm not saying it's the most healthy way. They probably should have talked about it, but I don't think it was enough for the relationship to end. You know what I mean?
Have you ever known people that just never accept accountability though? Like you can't have a conversation with them, so you avoid it. Like she could be one of those people, which is why he said you're giving me because I wouldn't have a circular conversation with somebody like if I knew you're not receptive. Go ahead.
That shit is draining because they refusing to see some shit. And sometimes people do it on purpose, but some people don't even see that they're doing that shit. That's just they've been doing that shit so long that they just don't know no other way. You know what I mean?
And that feeds into what Chanel said about she seems to have narcissistic traits, because one of the characteristics of being a narcissistic person is not accepting accountability, not being able to accept criticism. Yeah, I don't know. It was interesting.
I think that she was maybe not invested in this relationship, and
No, she definitely
this
wasn't.
gave her a reason to be like, all right, I'm out. Because maybe he wasn't everything she wanted, or whatever the case may be, anyways. And so you do anything outside of whatever the case may be, then I'm out. So I do think this. Let people go. If they ask want to go,
It's an escape route.
Escape route in my life for anything. So no.
Let's see what the other women say about it.
They go to immediate when you don't want to go back to them and they know that you're really done. They go to like ambiguously inferring that they're gonna do something to themselves, and the girl just ignored all of it. You see, there's no.
When did that happen?
That's 100% narcissist 101. If a guy or a girl, you trying to break up with them because they done you wrong, says I'm gonna unalive myself, let them go. Because
but this woman is projecting none of that happened. She
was not in anything
I'm
you
not
showed.
saying what she's saying is accurate. I'm just saying to what she said about that.
Okay, it happened. Yeah.
It will happen. You don't know how many teenagers came in my office talking about I gotta stay because he's gonna. No, sis, let him do it. He ain't gonna do it.
But people do that.
I hope none of them ain't done it. You know what I mean?
A guy did that to my sister-in-law. He took a picture. He took a picture of the GUN, and because he's a narcissist, he's 100% a narcissist. But yeah, I was like, nah, sis, no, bitch, don't run in our blood. No, sorry, bye. But they will use that, and especially narcissists, they use that as a tactic, and then a lot of people really believe it because they care about them and they don't want them to. So no, if you want to unalive yourself, call or text 988. 24/7, 365. Call them. I can't help you. I'm not staying here because that's what you're saying to me. I'm not doing that.
But a lot of people do.
A lot of people do what?
Delete themselves. I was in the service and I was on a ship and one of the guys had a really, really bad breakup. And I don't know what took him to that route, but he
did unalive himself.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes it happens, but I'm saying you got to peep the manipulation in that. I promise you, he ain't the first person that, if this guy did say that, she's not the first person he said it to. They saw it work in other relationships, and it's so drastic. Nobody wants to deal with the guilt of, oh, this person loved me so much, and then because I didn't come back, they unalive themselves.
I don't believe that's possible.
Huh?
To love somebody. I think if that person was going to off themselves, they were going to off themselves whether you were there or not. If I'm your only reason for living, you have a pretty miserable reason to live.
Yeah.
I can't be your end all be all.
I 100%. It's the same thing with her. I don't personally believe, but I don't know this lady, but I don't personally believe she left for that reason. She left because she was ready to leave and he gave her a reason, and so now she out. That's how.
Yeah.
Because this is the thing. If you really do ride with them, you really do fuck with them like that, like you believe in them, you love them, they supported you, whatever, it's going to take way more than I reposted some shit for me to leave if I really ride with you like that. So she wanted to go.
Let's hear what the rest of them say.
Replies to any of it. And then finally, it gets down to the last reply, and she's playing Jhené Aiko. She said, "Get your bitch ass off of my phone. Please leave me alone. I am not your girl anymore. You need to watch your tone." You got people in the comments like, "Oh, you left the man because he did that and he was paying all the bills." Like, oh my God, like that's so petty, blah, blah, blah.
It's stupid. I'm sorry to do that.
So let me just say something. Why she didn't just block him? Why did you want to still see how many times he called you, how many times he reached out? Why did you want to play Jhené Aiko? You just wanted to torture that man. If I'm really done with you, then you can block on every. Okay.
Yeah,
That was
she wants
savagery
to.
right there.
Yeah, she's a savage for what she did. Just even if she didn't do anything else, that's savage as fuck. Especially on his birthday, all that, it's savage as fuck. It's very calculated. But she wanted, again, this is what makes me think narcissist. She wanted to stick it to him, and then she wanted to bask in it. It's like a serial unaliver person keeping little trinkets and remembering so that they can smell it again and whatever else, so that they can relive. That's what she doing.
She wanted to emotionally, mentally torture that man. And see, listen, you got to be careful because if he was the type like old girl just described to be suicidal, he might be homicidal too. Why would you? Okay,
let's be clear. Call 988. Go ahead. I'm sorry, DJ.
It's like, y'all don't have no fucking standards. Y'all, I bet y'all grandmothers were the ones who let the grandfathers do anything to them because they were paying the bills. I bet y'all got outside aunties and uncles from y'all grandfather because of that. Like, I feel like y'all just accept anything because somebody's paying the bills. Oh, I forgot to say, her parting words were...
That is crazy. Exactly.
Because he liked some posts. Okay, so I think I love Lorenz Tate. Lorenz Tate is a Chicagoan, and that man has been fined for 40 years.
He's a vampire.
He's so fine.
Right.
And so I like Lorenz Tate's post. My boyfriend, husband, whomever sees him, and now he's up and upset and feeling like we need to have a conversation because why are you liking this man's post? And I say, I don't want to have this conversation with you right now. You're giving me a headache. Now now that makes him a oh my God. Okay, I can't even formulate my thoughts on this because she's so. It'd be one thing if he was mollywopping her, if he was verbally abusive, if it was really something that seemed detrimental. You're letting log off the internet. If social media is that important.
That's why I agree with what Chanel was saying that I don't think she was fucking with him like that. It got to be. Ain't no way she really was feeling him and she better throw all that shit away because of that shit. No way.
So then you need to include that in the story. If you're going to tell me your story time, give me all the details, not just the parts that make you look good.
But that's what humans do. We don't want to seem like and I would go as far as to say most of us do this. We don't want, if we got our feelings hurt or we feel some type of way, we feel disrespected, we want the people that we love to hear our side of it. We might be objective later when we're less emotional about it, but yeah, you want your people to, ride with you. And if they heard all of the story, guess what they probably not gonna do? Ride with you. So yeah, she's not gonna tell the whole story.
Amazing. She said, "Oh, I'm being a headache. Let me be the headache you never recover from."
Oh, what's happening? I think I muted it.
No, we can hear it. I can hear it.
No, I couldn't hear it on my end because it was muted on my end.
Yes, niece.
Like if you right click on a tab, you could mute the tab.
I didn't know that. Okay.
Me either.
Yeah.
Oh yes, I did. Yes, I did. I know what you're talking about.
Because if you're watching a couple of lives, you don't want to just stop the lives. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you can mute it at the top. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Before you go, can I address what El Boogie just asked?
El Boogie in the house.
She said, "Why does he have to be that extreme?" Because of the way that she ran away or escaped him. I've only seen women escape from relationships like that when they were in a DV situation. That's why I said that. Not that I am wishing that on her or that that's the only reason a woman should leave, but I'm saying in the manner in which she left him. When you gotta leave like a thief in the night, the way that she did, I've only seen women do that because they were in some sort of violent situation and they were afraid of his reaction. So I'm not encouraging that at all. I'm not saying that that's the only reason to end a relationship. You can end it for whatever you want to, but I'm just saying the nature of how she ran.
And I also think that women nowadays have the same mindset or a similar mindset, let me say it like that she had when she was talking about her parents that she loves, right? But she recognized, at least from her perspective, that maybe her dad wasn't the best for her mom or vice versa or whatever the case may be. And she's like, I don't want to do that. I saw what my mama went through. I don't want to do that. So I'm not going to give a dude. This is my opinion of her mentality, even though I feel like she's being, highly emotional in her response. But I think women woke up and they're like, I'm not dealing with the bullshit. And regardless of however minute the bullshit might be, some women are just like, I'm not doing that shit. I'm not doing it. And I'm not mad at her for deciding that for herself, she probably gonna not be happy because you're never gonna find a perfect person. So she's gonna have a hard time finding whoever. If you leaving everybody, you're gonna be alone. Because
Right.
people are going to do shit. Listen, I've been in a relationship with my husband for 25 years. We've been married for 20 years, and he do all kind of shit that irritates my soul. And I'm sure I do too. You know, y'all know me. But we
The
I'm
not
people you
sure.
love are
leaving.
going. The
I'm
people you
glad
love are
you
going to
heard
disappoint
that.
you.
Listen, if that man try to leave me, I'm going with him. Listen, where are we going? No, I love that man and he loves me. And that's why I say if it's a person that really rides for you, they support you, they, wipe your tears, they there for you, you in the emergency room, like, you know what I'm saying? Real shit, then you ain't leaving like that. So that's why I don't think that girl was really in him.
I'm glad you started with Princella's video or audio on love and unconditional love and all that stuff, because I guess that was a good segue to this.
Yeah.
Can I say one thing? So I was dating this guy for like 2 months, and I stopped talking to him because I told him Happy
Abort.
Valentine's Day. Wait, no, I'm saying it.
Abort.
I
Don't
told
do
him
it.
Happy Valentine's Day, right? You took it down. And you
Yeah, I'll
know what
bring her
he
back
said?
though.
He said, he told me, "Oh, we not cool like that. Why are you telling me Happy Valentine's Day?" And I was like, "Oh, for real? Okay, that's what we doing." And then I
But
just
wait a
stopped
minute. You stopped talking to him before or after that?
after that.
Oh, but y'all was in a relationship?
We were dating for like 2 or 3 months. Like he would call me all the time. We would spend time with each other. We'd be on the phone for hours. And all I said was Happy Valentine's Day. And he just was like, we ain't cool like that.
That man didn't want to get you a Valentine's Day gift.
So I was just like, okay.
Yeah, it probably was that. He probably didn't want to he probably had it and he wanted you to know that he ain't really had it like that.
He had money.
Oh.
No, he
I don't
probably
know.
had the money. He just had a team, likely.
He didn't want to
had
get you a
somebody else that
Valentine's
was
Day gift.
more.
But yeah.
That's what I think. I don't think it was about
He
money.
probably want you to think it's that serious. You know what I'm saying? Because Valentine's is some different type of shit. You know what I mean?
So I move accordingly. So you see?
Right.
I don't think anything
We ain't
wrong with
rocking
that.
like that.
Oh shit! What
There's
just
nothing
happened?
wrong with what you said. Mm-mm.
Not at all. I would say Happy Valentine's Day to the women at my job. The men at my job, it don't mean anything. It just means
Exactly, right? So why is it such, why did he take it like that? So
good luck. I'm glad he out of there.
mhm.
You did right, creative.
I agree.
Did DJ leave? Creative. Did he give you
I don't know what
the
DJ
controls?
doing.
Yo, my bad. Am I still here?
Yeah,
Yes,
you
we
still
can hear
You're
you
here.
now.
Oh yeah, my shit. Man, I think
Now I
You
can hear.
low.
Now
You're
he's talking in
low
the
now.
background. But I'm just saying petty situations like that was, to me, that was pretty petty. But that acknowledged exactly how somebody feels about you and everything. So
I don't think that was petty. I think that's different saying you giving me a headache versus saying I'm not fucking with you like that. That's different.
right? But I don't know. That was an example of why
Why
I
do
like.
y'all think? Okay, because I think she's the exception and not the rule. Meaning her response to her not liking whatever he said or did is the exception, not the rule. I think a lot of people would, try to make it that wouldn't send them out the door, and it could be something more serious or whatever that was their boundary. Why y'all think people don't leave when they feel, disrespected, minimized, not loved, whatever it is? Why do you think people don't leave? Why do people
I
stay
think people
in
get different
relationships?
I think people get different thresholds.
Right,
You
but
know what
I'm
I'm saying?
saying if whatever your threshold is, some people want to leave, can't leave. Some people stay for, listen, then a marriage of convenience. If we leave, how can I leave? I can't afford to live on my own. You know what I'm saying? So some people do have
Some people
situations,
do
but
that.
I'm saying like emotionally, why would you stay around for, somebody that isn't, fulfilling? They shouldn't fill you all the way up, but you know what I'm saying? Like they don't support you. They don't really love you. Why? Maybe they just don't want to be alone. Maybe that's the answer.
Yeah, some people just feel comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Like shit. It's like old people. They probably been together so long. They like, you know what? It's only, you know what I'm saying? It's only the great beyond after it. Fuck it. I'll stick it out with you.
That's why you gotta love yourself. Love thyself. There you go.
This girl say love thyself. I'm not playing with you, but I agree. I
The
agree.
creative be on that woke shit heavy. You know what I'm
She is
saying?
And I'm here
Woke
for it.
ass.
Get them creative. I
Sage
support
and
everything
incense
creative
and shit.
says. Sure
I
do.
do be doing that though. Okay.
She's
Tarot
enlightened,
cards.
and I'm into it. Let her be enlightened, okay, DJ?
I do have tarot cards too.
Do you? I'm gonna let
Yeah.
you read me, and you can tell me. But listen, don't tell me nothing bad. That's all I ask. Just tell me the good stuff.
Let's hear what the rest of these ladies say. Let's hope it's good stuff, right?
Yes, niece. This is what it looks like when you walk away at the first sign of disrespect.
I come across this video about men feeling unappreciated. I peeped the bottom left corner and it was reposted by him. Okay, I need to see what else you reposted because is this a sub? You're trying to be passive aggressive. I'm seeing videos about hoes ain't the same anymore. Are you talking about me? So I confronted him about it because why would you ask me to come live with you and you want to take care of me while I'm in school, but then this is how you really feel? And the man paying my bills ain't never gonna shut me up. Okay. The man sighs and says I'm giving him a headache. Ooh. I drive to my friend's house, park my car at my friend's house, then take an Uber from my friends to the airport.
The men folk are throwing up, crying, sliding down the wall, and fighting the air in this woman's comment section because how dare she walk away from a man who was paying all her bills? But like she said in her own video, a man paying my bills has never made me shut up. This is exactly why I always say a man paying your bills isn't always a blessing in disguise. He isn't automatically a good man because some men think that they have bought your silence, they have bought your submission, they have bought your autonomy. This woman felt like her man was sending subliminals, and she decided to confront him about it. And this man decided that he
So that's how y'all feel. So that's why women be wanting to get their own bread.
No,
yeah.
I think women have learned, just like she said, learn from their past or their other people in their life that are older than them.
Yeah.
And they said, I ain't doing that shit. I don't think you should. Personally, I think everybody, man or woman, should have their own shit. So that you're not stuck. You can't go get you an apartment. I mean, not an apartment, but like even a room for the weekend to just take a deep breath. You should be able to do that. So.
Okay.
he was going to talk tough once she had moved in and once she started paying those bills. Now, all of a sudden, just hearing from her is a headache. Like she said, you waited until I moved in and started talking to me like this, acting like we can't talk about things. And this is how some men slowly start trying to financially control you. Don't you dare ask them questions. And don't you dare interrupt their game. And don't you dare not do this or not do that. They think they have bought you for the low cost of all your bills. And what some men are finding out the hard way is not every woman is selling her silence.
I would say relationship should be a win-win. And the thing is that there are lots of men who are not emotionally smart. When you are in a relationship and then you post certain kind of things, you should know that your woman would see it. And if you know those things you're posting is not related to your relationship, you're just posting stuff like that, why would you post something like, oh, you're doing everything, she's not appreciative, women are not appreciative people, they're not this and that. It obviously just means you are referring to your woman because you're dating her. You have a woman in your life who is beside you. So when you post things like that, it's like, it just says you are speaking to her. And I won't blame her for thinking that what it was reposting, it felt like it was, speaking to her. And she did what she felt was right. She did what she felt she could do or what she felt would give her sanity. And she left and is calling her mom and calling everyone, making it seem like, oh, she just left.
He could have won if all he just said is if he cared or whatever. And I don't think that way about you. I'm not talking about you. That would have deaded that whole conversation. I'm just talking about other women in general. Women I want, because I got a dime piece with me. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's a way for you to just shut all of that shit down and move on. And then she would have stayed there, I think, if she wanted to be with him. Creative, grab the controls again, sweetheart.
I just hope. I just hope.
They're not savvy like that, though.
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, can y'all hear me?
Yeah,
I can hear you.
No, some of these men aren't savvy.
I can't hear y'all.
I just hope y'all don't judge me by the things that I repost, because you never know. Tonight I might be a trap queen. Selling tomorrow. I'm just saying. I repost a lot of different. It's all over the place because it's what I find funny. That doesn't mean that this is who I am. It's not my personality or like, I don't know. I'm stuck on that. I can't
post
pass
some
that.
stuff. I'd be like, But then I be laughing. I don't take it seriously. I just be like, yo.
Exactly. Like even the memes in the Discord, like, come on. Like, I don't
So let
know.
me ask y'all this: if this was y'all friend, y'all would have co-signed on her leaving her dude because of that? If she asked y'all advice, y'all would have signed off on this shit.
No, I would have told her to have the hard conversation before you jump to anything. Have the conversation. Be be a woman about it. Ask him those hard questions. So exactly how he feels, and if you want to stay in this relationship or not. But don't
Okay.
just jump off and just leave like that. That's just messed up. And don't just go plan a getaway and fuck him up mentally. Mm-mm.
I don't think she doesn't strike me as the type to go to her friends for advice to even listen to them. So I probably wouldn't tell her anything, to be honest.
No, wouldn't even if she asked you.
I mean, if she asked me, why would you ask me if you this savage and move the way that you are moving, this strategic? Are you gonna come to me for advice, or you just gonna move?
No, I'm just saying before you knew she moved, she just talked to you about it. Before she even did that, she just considering all her plans, all her cards.
I don't know.
I'm not telling my friend. Yeah.
I'm thinking about the people that I've come across in this lifetime. Like if we're going by her being a narcissist, I'm thinking about the conversations that I've had with those people, and yeah, no, I'm gonna reserve my peace. I'm gonna tell her to do whatever you feel you need to, my guy, my young lady, however you feel. And I'll be here in the end if you need some support or tears or whatever you need a shoulder to cry on. I'll go ahead and give you your 10-15 minutes to listen to. Or if you are triumphant, I'm gonna clap for you, because either way, don't blame me in your decision making. You take that one.
Correct. And that's what they will do. And then now they went and told their boyfriend all the stuff Chanel said she wouldn't do this and that and blah blah blah. And then they get back together.
Now you're the bad guy because you've been advising her. You heard her single thought friend, blah blah blah, with all that bad advice. Nah, I'm cool on it.
You think so?
Absolutely.
You ain't think so? DJ,
1,000%. Yes. So I don't tell people nothing, because I've said this before. People knowing that if they're in a bad relationship, they don't need you to tell them. So they know they're in a bad relationship. So
listen, whoever her friend was, because she did say she stowed away her bags at her friend's house and her car. So whomever she was putting that stuff over there with had to have co-signed, at least to some extent, that you let her leave her things there, right?
All right. And she's single. She gotta be single too.
I don't think she had to necessarily co-sign. If that's my friend, she say she leaving her man for whatever reason, she leaving her man, I need to drop my car at your house. I don't. That doesn't mean that I agree with your decisions. But I'm your friend, and I'm gonna still be like, yo, yeah.
But you aiding and abetting her in the decision making and the action.
I'm not fair.
Because no, it's not just leaving the car there. She left her stuff there for one night and then came with the rest of her bags the next night.
That's my friend though. So yeah, I don't have no allegiance to him. I have an allegiance to you. I don't have to agree with you to support you.
That's true.
You pledge allegiance to your friend. That is crazy.
No, I said I don't have any allegiance to him. I'm not pledging allegiance to anybody. I'm just saying, if I'm gonna be aligned with someone, it's somebody I trust, I care about, we got longevity together. Yeah, that's my rider. Yeah, you can come leave your shit at my house. Now you gotta come get it, because now we ain't gonna have your shit at my house forever. But yeah.
That's crazy. That's advice to keep your friend single. You know what I mean?
Well, how was that advice? I haven't given her any advice. All I said was, yeah, you can leave your stuff here. What advice did I give?
You aiding and embedding. You aiding. You know.
Oh my God! If she was going to leave, she gonna leave.
Right. I don't have no power to make her go back. So I'm still aiding and abetting.
Definitely.
Gotcha.
Because if she was on the run from the law, they would have definitely
She's not on the run from the law.
Oh my God!
Relationship, sir. Stop it.
Right?
You're a criminal. What are you talking about? I can't.
What's up, Giz?
DJ, who broke your heart? Some lady left you in the middle of the night and she hurt you? What happened? Okay.
Hi, Giz.
Hey, how y'all? Y'all can hear me?
Good.
Yeah,
Hey, Mr. Giz.
Hey, Big Giz.
All right. What's good with y'all? Y'all talking that talk?
yeah.
I
Yes,
learned
sir.
so much about y'all. So much
What did you
about y'all
learn?
while I was getting my time fixed.
What you learn?
I learned about how manipulation and how it's okay for women to do to things
Manipulate.
to
Yeah.
guys and get supported by other women for doing it.
I'm not
We did not
supporting
support
anything. That's
that.
not my relationship. That's her relationship.
Yeah.
And if that's my
Yeah, but you
friend, if
still
no, cause
you,
if that's you're projecting
if that's
because
your
I'm not making any decisions for her. She's a grown person. She's
yeah,
making
but
decisions.
you're
But if
betting
she,
her. You
yeah. If my friend is leaving a dude because she felt like he did it wrong, whatever it is, yeah, you can come stay with me. Period. I don't give a shit who
well,
it is. Yeah, you can come stay with me.
I,
You coming to stay with me has absolutely nothing to do with why you left that man. I don't give a shit why you left that man. I don't even really probably want to know. But if my real life friend says, yo, I need help, I need to come leave my stuff at your house, why wouldn't I? I'm gonna leave my friend out in the cold? Nah, then you not my friend.
well, my wife ended up losing a friend over something similar to that, but it was a little different. The girl that she was a friend with at the time,
I got you. Your
the
mic,
girl was a friend with it.
your mic a little bit
My
choppy
my
though.
let me see what I can do. I might have to either charge up. I don't want to share this on story now.
All right, all right.
Oh, he got a
I
story.
try to get it out. Try to get it. Try to get it though. Try to get it though. It just sound a little staticky though. And
Yeah,
so
it's gonna be Saturday. My phone about to die. Ain't gonna be that long. Ain't gonna be that
okay.
long. All I was gonna share was this woman. She was doing something different than how we roll. She parked the car over at our house, and I asked my wife about what was going on or whatever. She was like, "Yeah, that was my friend car or whatever." She dropped the car off over there and got picked up by another dude.
Yeah.
So she couldn't fuck with that person no more because she's not representing like she supposed to be representing. And I was just like, they don't even seem like that's something that you should be supporting doing.
Mm.
I'm not your mother or your husband or your wife. I don't have no control over whatever decision any grown person makes. But I am gonna ride for my friend if my friend is saying, yo, this dude treated me whatever type of way, and I don't have a place to go, or I want to leave my stuff here until I get back in town and find me another place to stay. Can I leave my stuff here? Yeah. She don't even need to tell me why she leaving. It's her decision. I don't have nothing to do with that.
I see what she's saying. She
What do
coming
I
from the
have to do?
perspective of her being a good friend. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm
Like we
not telling her
thinking
to do
about
anything.
healthy relationship. She's like, fuck the relationship. I'm her friend first and all of that shit later type shit.
Yeah.
I'm
That
not
doesn't
even
make you a
thinking.
bad
I don't
person.
even think about a healthy relationship. Another situation where my wife was telling one of her friends about me. She had to come back and tell me that her friend on my side. How many women gonna sit there and come back and tell you their friend is on your side and
Many.
trying to look out for you?
That's
They
a real
do.
friend right there.
I would.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah,
Yeah,
if my
man.
husband is
Yeah.
right about some shit, or somebody that I'm talking to that I respect their opinion or whatever it is their outlook on life or whatever, and they tell me, "Nah, Chanel, you know you wrong." And trust, I have friends and family members that I'm really close to that are his family, and they'll tell me that, you're being selfish right now. Yep, so and so said I was being selfish, and so now I'm apologizing because I have, you know what I'm saying? I'm not right all the time. There's nothing wrong with that. You got to have a little humility in any relationship you have. If you always right about some shit, then you perfect and nobody's perfect. So you being delusional. But yeah, I have enough objectivity to say, yeah, I could have probably did that differently. I apologize all the damn time for all kinds of shit. So yeah.
Mm.
Plus, my husband probably was right.
Yeah, he probably was. He probably was.
Stop it, DJ. Creative, you look so pretty. I love your hair. You're shiny. Are you with
Okay,
child?
thank you.
Are you with child?
Come on, yeah.
No, I'm not. Why you ask me that
Don't
question?
answer.
Because you're
Plead the fifth.
shiny
Plead the fifth.
and glowing. Okay,
No,
so
I'm not pregnant.
I'm joking. I'm just joking. I was joking. I was not serious.
Okay.
Let me see it. Let me see what else we got. See what else we got in the pot.
Did he even hit the subject, the topic?
What was
A perfect relationship's perfect behind what it was
closed doors?
behind closed doors.
I
Yeah.
don't know no perfect people, so you can't have a perfect relationship.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I think any to me the perfect relationships will probably be like the politicians and shit. Only them put a lot of emphasis in presenting their shit perfectly. But I don't think it's
No,
perfect. Who
social
else?
media couples do it all the time. They
Mm-hmm.
be pranking. They be having a whole bunch of videos for years.
You know what? You're probably right. I just don't see a lot of that shit on my timeline. Like I
But you
don't.
know what's crazy? I've watched people like that where they've been in a relationship for all this time. They got married, they got 3 kids, and they are chronologing their life, you know what I'm saying, with their person, and then they end up getting divorced, and then all of these people are devastated because they were so. Didn't you do that, Credit? Didn't we do a show where we were talking about that
But that's
lady?
just our
Yes, that
relationship.
content creator.
Like
Yeah.
our relationships is gonna have shit like that. It's just that when it being broadcasted, it look more crazy because now everybody's seeing the shit. But we all know that that's how relationships goes. The shit get rocky, it get ups and downs. You know what I'm saying? That's
Everybody
just
don't know that, DJ. I'm telling you. That's why people be relationship goals, because they really do. They see something and they aspire to that. They think it's true because they
Mhm.
love that person. They love her style. They love his swag, whatever it is. They really believe them. And then plus they're invested because you taking them on this journey of y'all done got engaged. Now y'all got married. Y'all on vacation. All this other stuff that people really on social media want to only post their highlights. It's like your resume. You ain't telling the truth on your whole ass resume. You know what I'm saying? You giving them a
yeah.
snapshot of all the good shit. So that's what's happening
Mhm.
on social media. And some people will believe that shit because they believe you, they find you trustworthy. Look at how many people watch the Keeping Up with Kardashians. I'm one of them. I don't want to be like them, but there's lots of people that want to be like them. They do. They aspire to that shit. I think it's ludicrous, but they do. So I think relationship goals on social media, there are some people that really believe that shit. Cause they heartbroken with her ass. I'm like, why are you heartbroken? And she left Kanye. Kanye crazy. Sorry.
Yeah, to me, like living through other people relationship, especially relationships online, that shit is crazy because you don't know them people. And a lot of people they measure their own relationships with celebrity relationships.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't compete with them people. You gotta wake up tomorrow and go to work. You know what I'm saying?
You're right.
You're not flying to Dubai and
Okay, you're
Vegas
totally
tomorrow.
right about
You
that.
gotta you gotta make sure you get vacation hours before you go to
Not
Dubai.
vacation hours.
Yeah, you know what I'm
Right?
saying? Use up
Where
all
do
your
we
sick
think
time.
it's going?
That's a fact, DJ. You right.
But I think we ain't even meant to see people lifestyle like that. Like we meant to see all the in and outs and shit. And sometimes it's dope to see how other people living. But now putting that expectation on yourself now, that shit is stressful.
I've never been that girl ever. I ain't never been that girl that's like, oh my God, I'm looking at a magazine. I hate myself because she has a better body. I don't listen. I don't understand that, but there are people like that in the world. And so that's why I know that there are people on the internet that they see, or I think people do look at their real lives, but I think reality TV in that way, it's a way to escape. I've always liked to watch rich people. I'm like, because I clearly should be rich with the kind of shit I like to buy, but I think people like that. It's inspiring to them. It's not likely for that to happen, but they believe in it. Then they get their heart broke.
Mm. I think it happened in the reverse too. I think a lot of rich people live through like poor people. or
No,
poor
no,
or
no.
lower class shit.
Yes, they do. Yes.
Okay, give me an example of what y'all
Yes.
mean. What do you
A
mean?
lot of
Yes.
rich people love to watch some ratchet shit. You know what I'm saying? It make them feel like they having a secondhand ratchet experience. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
As a matter of
Okay.
fact, a
Good
lot of
evening. Good
what's up, bro? Show so the
peace,
rich dad in the building.
Hey.
peace, everybody.
What's up,
Hello.
Big Dad?
Peace, y'all. Peace, y'all.
Yeah, a lot of people dress like drug dealers and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people try to it because look at this. They say hip hop music, the number one consumer is suburban white kids. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think I believe that.
That means that they paying to witness a lifestyle that is kind of like alien to them.
hmm
You know what I'm saying?
It's foreign. You know,
Right.
it's close enough to home to listen to it, but we don't have to engage in it. It's been like that for years, unfortunately.
All right. And show so the A-Dub appreciate you for the $20 hollow. Appreciate it.
Shout out to A-Dub. Yeah.
What's up, A-Dub?
But yeah, man.
So I was gonna say I had a client, right? And he has a lot of money. There's a lot of people like that, rich people out here in California, and they get so mad that they gotta pay for health care, and they be looking at other people, and they be on Medi-Cal, so they be trying to qualify for Medi-Cal by
Absolutely.
any means
It's
necessary.
free.
And they be trying to get the free food just like the rest of the people.
That's how they straight.
That's how you stay rich.
And I'd be like, dude, you got all this money. Like, why? Like,
And listen, I'm not even gonna knock you, but my only issue is don't then down talk on the people that are getting it. If you're doing
Right.
the same shit,
Right.
I don't care that you're trying to get over and whatever else. As long as it's not illegal, you're not hurting nobody. I don't really give a shit. Get your extra food stamps. I don't give a shit.
Yeah,
But
get everything.
yeah,
I ain't
but
gonna
I
hold you
don't
when you
like
walking out of
people that
Aldi's.
look
When you
down.
walking out of Aldi's with the stuff card,
You know, I
them
never
people
got
be
Aldi's.
looking at you crazy. You know what I'm saying? Because they know you just bought some food stamps and shit.
Hell yeah,
They
love
be
food
looking at
stamps.
you crazy, bro.
I wish I can get food stamps. I swear I do
Right?
that. Yo, I hate
I
spending cash
support that.
on money. I mean on food. I hate it. It's a bad
Really?
feeling. I hate it. I hate it. I wish I could just if I can get some food stamps. Somebody hook me up, man, please.
I'm not
You,
playing with
you and me both.
We all
Listen.
need food stamps, child. I
All
love
these food
food
stamps. Food
stamps.
stamps should be automatic. We should
I
all
agree.
they should be
I
automatic.
agree.
And another thing about the rich, unfortunately, because they don't pay taxes like we pay
Why
taxes.
should food stamps be automatic?
I think they should be automatic to all African American descendants
Mm-hmm.
of slaves,
Mm-hmm.
as a part of
Sorry.
reparations.
As
Reparation.
a part of rep.
Oh,
I ain't gonna
DJ
hold you
don't know
though.
about the big scam. There was a
Real
I
big
ain't gonna
shit.
hold you
scam.
though. I think that I ain't gonna
There
hold
was
you
a
that
big
that's
scam.
kind of fair
Somebody.
though. That's kind
Mm-hmm.
of fair
We
because
should also get a
reparations. I think
discount.
the problem with reparations is that they don't want to just drop like a big bag or some shit.
They
That's
don't have a
probably
problem with
why they
dropping bags,
hesitate.
whatever the fuck
It's
they want to
that.
drop bags.
It's
Yeah.
definitely
They
that.
don't want us to make
They
the
think it's gonna shift the
economy fall by quitting.
right, and they think it's gonna shift the power. I think it might like shift the power dynamic like
Of
in
course it
America
is.
and shit. You know.
Yeah, just be
Absolutely.
clear, we're never getting reparations.
No, they
I would
never
love
gonna
if
give
we
it to
did, but
us.
we
They
ain't
don't
gonna.
want to empower us.
I'm not getting reparations. I'm not
You're not American, right?
yeah.
But you a citizen though.
But he still wouldn't get it. His
No,
family.
yeah, you a citizen, fam. You good to go, fam. You over here, like where you
They
at, bro?
probably would
You
give
in
it
the
to you
U.S.
first, and they give it to us.
You'll
No,
get
you don't hear these people with the FBA.
What's the
man.
FBA?
No, you can't get reparations if you because where I'm from, we was enslaved by the British. So that's where we would
Mhm.
gotta get
Everybody
reparations
was
from.
enslaved by the
Yeah,
British.
it's
You know what I'm
the
saying?
same.
But over here,
It's the same team.
that would gotta get reparations from the government
We're
because the
never getting
government
reparations.
actually like benefited from slavery. You know what I mean?
Of course they did, 100%. They still are,
Mhm. And they're never gonna give it to us.
and
So.
they gonna keep
But I know
denying
once
it and say it
I know
didn't
if
happen.
they give y'all bread, I know I'm gonna get some bread. See what I mean?
Absolutely.
Right? Because it circulates. It circulates.
Right, the bread is gonna circulate. So shit, fuck it.
Yeah. I'd be like, I need more black people to come up so I can have, better.
All I'm saying
I need
is
them
give
to be good
everybody a
clientele
food
also.
stamp card every month according to their income. So I
That's
would love to get like $60 every month. That would be great.
60. No, I need like
I
600.
know you need to have more,
You know
but
what I'm saying? You know what though? I ain't
Yeah.
gonna hold you, Chanel. Like I kind of agree with what you saying. That shit is not like $60, but something that is like ain't necessarily gotta be something that's gonna fully sustain you. Like you could put some bread, you could
Right.
put it with your bread, but at least have something to where you could never starve. Like I think that
Right.
shit is true.
facts,
You know what I mean?
facts.
Maybe like
Because like,
$200.
No,
yeah,
you need
because
more
Right,
than that.
right.
Those groceries cost a lot of money. I don't know where you
because
go
I
They
feel
might
shopping.
do it
like
like they might do it based on the size of your household, like they already do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
I agree with that. Like I think like I never have a problem. Me and my husband don't have kids, right? But I still have to pay property tax, and my property tax
Mm-hmm.
pays for the schools. I don't give a shit that I'm paying for food for the kids at the school, even if their parents had money. I feel like all the kids, I want them to go to lunch and be able to eat. I don't really look at it like that. You know what I'm saying? But some people feel like, everything needs to be even. Nothing is even. It's not equal. It's never gonna be.
Of course not.
So I just feel like, you know what I'm saying? If we gotta pay all these damn taxes, like that shit really irritates me when the government don't want to give the people, the working class people, and especially the middle class people, a break of any kind.
They're
They
not
like
going to do
you
that.
work and da 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 da. But if they'll give money to the poor, which I agree with, I'm a social worker. But then they'll also give like all these breaks to all of these people, like what happened in 2008 when all of the banks was going out of business and
Mm-hmm.
Oh
stealing
yeah, they
people
bought them out.
401ks and and their retirement and all this shit. But then y'all bailing their ass out. But then we
Bailing
get
right
mad
out.
when
Yep.
they send us a $700 check. Bitch, I've been working since I was a Girl Scout. Okay.
See?
So
See?
I just feel like, why do you get so upset and up in arms when you giving it to the people that's actually working?
That's I need it.
Like
Right.
that's
Yeah.
why I'm like, yeah, give everybody that's working some food stamps. Why not? You taking my money
I,
anyway. So
I would rather my taxes go to feeding kids in schools before you increase the budget for ICE.
let's talk about it.
Facts.
Yeah.
Just saying.
I just
Agreed.
think let people make it sometimes. Yeah, there's gonna be scammers, there's gonna be people that's getting over there. Yeah, they're gonna be those people, but it's not the majority of the
It's not
people.
the majority for sure.
It's not. But that's what they would love for people to believe. It's just not.
I'd like my money to be for financial literacy and teaching people to read, maybe become bilingual,
Mm.
and make sure they be ready for the new computer jobs.
They
They
got
do
that
the
out
bilingual
here
thing
in
in reverse.
I like
California.
that. I like that. I like that. That's fair.
In
But how about
Cali, they have all of that out here.
how about financial liberation though? We need to be in a position right now to be owning our own businesses if we can, owning things that we utilize on a day-to-day basis.
You know
And
what? The reason it's going to be super difficult for us to ever be that way is because it's ludicrous to me. But we decide to teach people about credit once they have all of the responsibilities of their life to themselves when they go off to college or whatever. And now they're learning. You need to be teaching them about financial literacy, just like you teaching them 4 + 4.
absolutely.
Like you need to be, so by the time, because when I was like 16, 17, I was like, I don't even want to get a credit card. They just trying to trap me or whatever the case may be. But then I got an apartment and realized unless you got credit, you got to pay full price for this, furniture or whatever the case may be. So I was at the rental center because I ain't asking my mama and nobody else for nothing. That's how I roll.
They
But
don't,
I wish that like people would have fully prepared me for that. You know what I'm saying?
they don't teach our
Like,
children that though. And
Can
they
I
don't teach our
teach
jump in
children.
about
here on you
credit. Like
on
that's
that?
really what will save your life, in my opinion. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
You're not wrong about that, but the people like your family okay, they can't teach you what they don't know. And I think a lot of the
Absolutely.
times your people didn't teach you not because they didn't wanted you to be ignorant, but because they couldn't teach you what they did not know.
Listen, my
You
mama
gotta
was a teacher, first of all. Second of all, and I know you're not talking specifically only to me, but I'm not giving her that pass because she had annuities. She had all kinds of like 401ks. Like when she had to leave work and all of that because she got sick, she didn't struggle at all. Like she had all her shit paid off, her house is paid off. So she knew
Good.
things. But what I'm saying is in my situation, she didn't sit down and say, no,
Right.
this is what you need to know. This is why credit is important. She just letting me run around the house like, oh, those people trying to trap us and put us in there. She's not correcting me is what I'm saying and saying, no, the reason I had to learn on my own that, no, you can't go buy this $4,000 couch unless you got credit or $4,000. I didn't know that at 19 when I got
she
the apartment.
definitely did you a disservice. If she didn't teach you If she didn't pass on the keys that she had to help you get generational wealth, then she did do you a disservice. I don't think that that's most people in the Black community's experience, though. I think a lot of people don't or didn't have people who had credit. Because if I think about it, like my grandparents didn't really use credit like that. They came from a generation where you earned the money, you came with the money, you spent the money you had. And so then how could they teach like my parents' generation about credit because they didn't really know it? So then my
Right.
parents had to learn the credit generation on the credit game on their own. So looking for them to teach me what they don't know would have been, although it would have been great if they could have, I can't fault you for what you don't know. So that's all I'm saying is like, now that we, the generations after, know better, it's up to us to do better. Like, get your
That's
credit up and then put your kids on your credit cards when they're young
Let's
so that
talk
they can start
about it.
building that credit before they even turn 18. That's
that's
how you
facts.
help the kids out.
So they don't end up
So,
like Chanel at the Rent Center trying to rent some
my voice.
Chanel.
Credit looked a lot different back in the day too.
really, in my opinion. Because when you think about it, like when you go buy a house, I don't know how many people on the panel or whatever have own a house or whatever the case may be. But if your credit ain't really what it needs to be, you literally paying, let's say your mortgage is $1,000 a month. You sending probably, if your credit is bad or not the greatest, you sending probably like $300 or $400 of that $1,000 to interest. So
It's,
your
yeah.
$150,000 house, really you paid $375,000 for that house because your
Even if they
credit
give
wasn't
you a
where it
play,
needed to be.
yeah. Sometimes they might
Yeah,
even
but
give you
people don't
might
know
give you a
that.
play.
People just
Yeah.
excited about I could get in this house and whatever it is, they excited to buy a house and they don't really know that literally you could save so much fucking money if your credit is A1, like you can. But
and even if it's not, like if you're in a state where you're building credit, there's ways to like break down the interest rate. Like instead of waiting month to month to make the payment, make partial payments in between so you cut down the compound interest. There's other options. Like there's ways that we don't necessarily talk about and don't share that could help a lot of people out who don't have the information.
We don't have the information. We don't. Right.
my
Right.
husband, he pays, like he's the financial person in our household. But he doesn't believe in paying interest. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody will be in a situation where they might have to pay interest, you lose your job, or your finances go up and down or something like that. But like when you pay interest, it's you just giving away money.
I
And
respect
I'd
that,
rather
man.
just not do that if you can. Not
I
everybody
respect
can.
that. I respect that.
When you say interest, you mean like paying stuff like for the year instead of paying it for the month and shit?
No, I'm saying when you if you go buy something for $500, right, on your credit card, you should be able to pay that $500 off next month. Everybody ain't gonna always be in that situation. I wasn't always in that situation. I'm just saying how we do it now because he does everything. Because if you left it up to me, I probably have a whole bunch of debt. But my husband is like, once we got to a point where we don't have to pay interest at all, we just don't pay interest on anything.
Right.
Okay.
So instead of owning a 5, like they put like 7 on there, right? And then you gotta order 2. That's the interest.
So basically, they charge you to use. They're going to give you a credit limit, right? And with this credit limit, you might have a 6% interest. You might have a 15% interest. You might have a 23% interest. That means if on this $500, if you spend up that entire $500 next month, if you don't pay that full balance off, you owe me a percentage of that balance plus whatever the leftover fee that you didn't pay.
The fees, the fees.
So, for instance, if it's a 5% interest rate, then you can count on $500 plus the 5%. That's right. What I mean. It's a monthly thing, not a yearly thing, and it compounds. It'll get you in a death trap if you're not
real quick.
And also too, like when you establish yourself and you have better credit and whatever, and you can get like cards with no limits or really high limits and stuff like that. You really establish yourself. That's kind of like where we are. Thank God for my husband.
That's good.
But
That's what's up.
We wasn't always there. We've been together for 25 years.
Process.
So it's taken time,
Respect.
over the years, and we haven't always made the best decisions. But once you realize the mistakes that you were making, once you really understand the game that's being played here with your credit and stuff like that, you just be like, no, if you can't give me 3 years no interest, I'm not doing it, or whatever it is. If you're not gonna give me a year no interest, I'm not doing it. And once your credit is really good and you have this, you know, establishment with whatever else, you can go into any store confidently. You know what I'm saying? But the year thing that comes like with, for us, like it's specials. So sometimes, you know, like let's just say Citibank or American Express or whoever, they might say, if you do we're gonna give you blah 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 blah. You know,
Right.
you get something in return. My husband's really big on that. Some people do like with flight points but my husband likes what is it called where you can transfer it. So like they'll say you got $20,000 on this credit card. We'll give you 3 years to pay it off on this credit
Right.
card. You just transfer it for a fee. You
Yeah.
can do stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But
Absolutely.
you want to have way more credit available than you do debt.
Yeah, absolutely.
Your debt to income ratio and how much credit you have open out there and everything is maxed out, that's gonna fuck up your credit too. It'll do it slower because as long as you paying them, it's not gonna mess up your credit too bad, but it can mess up your interest rates if you're trying to apply for another card, you know, because they like, well, she's spent, she got all of her money out there, you know, using it and stuff. So you got to be careful. It could be tricky.
It's important though. The information is important, and we need to know it, and our youth need to know it. Like if they start early, the better.
And I like what Miss Candy Cane was saying about if you have kids, put your kids, have a credit card that they, you know, that you use every month, that you're paying every single month or whatever. So by the time they get to that part where they can start buying things for themselves, if you talk them right, they're gonna make some bad, you know, decisions with credit. We all do.
Right, we all do.
But when you tell them, look, I paid for this house because I saved my money, or we paid it down real quick. You know what I'm saying? That's another way to have, you know, build generational wealth. You say, okay, our house is 200 grand. We both make together 400 grand or whatever it is. We gonna use your whole ass check to live on, and then we gonna take Chanel's check and we're gonna pay this house now. We're gonna pay. You know what I'm saying?
That's tough. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
not
that's
easy,
tough.
and it takes a lot of sacrifice
Discipline.
and commitment, right? But if you, even if it's a, you know, someone told me this a long time ago, they were like, pay yourself whatever your hourly salary is every single day. So if you make $30 an hour every single day, pay yourself $30 an hour. That's what you should be saving, because especially in the Black community,
right,
we bounce our money like 20 times, meaning that means we are giving other people that are not Black our money
absolutely
20 times before we give ourselves. And that's why I was saying pay yourself first, then go pay them white people's mortgage and their car note and their light bill, and you know what I'm saying?
As far as
And when you
circulation,
start doing
yeah.
that, you can really save, but it's hard to do that because, you know, it's a sacrifice. But you got to look at the end goal. And if the end goal is I'm a homeowner, I got great credit, I can go do what I want, I can use my debit card, I don't have to put it on credit, but I will if I need to. You know what I'm saying? If I want to, that's really the way you come up.
Definitely. And you can help people, you know, establish themselves. And that's what it's about, man. Like the community and just making sure, you know, the people around you, not even the people around you, man. Because I look at it like this, man. You're helping everybody, man. You're helping yourself. So
I agree.
I just never would have been in one of those type boards that like kind of like hold information. Like if I know something that's going to be impactful and it's to make your life better and your family, I'm going to get the information up. It's no second guesses about it for me. Yeah, as far as the credit goes, that's very important, man. I had to get my stuff. I just turned 40 and some change, so I'm still getting things fixed now that I have when I was in my 20s. You know, stuff that didn't drop off. And people use like Credit Karma and all these spots. You got to go and actually get your credit report. And I didn't know that. I'm using these other apps, and I'm like, damn, I got stuff in here since I was like in my 20s, yo. I got to get rid of this stuff. Try to buy a house, they want to look at a lot of that stuff. They want to look at, you know, how much you're bringing in. They want to look at, it's just everything. So it's a process, but it's worth it at the end of the day, right? Especially if you have children. Even if you don't have children, for yourself. I mean, like I've been working for a long time. I don't plan to work the next 20 years.
I know that's right.
Does everybody know that you can pull your credit report for free? I know a lot of these, like if you have credit cards, some of these credit cards will give you your credit score, but usually it's based off the Credit Karma score, unless they tell you it's your FICO score.
I didn't know that. Right.
You can also get it for free from annualcreditreport.com. And you can get all three of them. The report itself, it won't give you, I don't think it gives you the score itself, but it at least will tell you everything on your credit report. So you have the option of going in to see what you might need to dispute. If it's anything over 10 years, I was trying to pay it, I would just dispute it all.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Now, sometimes if you dispute it all, one of them was just waiting for you to dispute some shit. it can screw you up. But my credit,
Blast
this
them all at the same
years,
time if you have more than one. You get them
I
all at
agree.
the same time.
This happened to me years and years ago when I found out you could dispute your credit or credit cards or whatever the case may be. My credit score jumped 100 points like within 30
Ew.
minutes. I swear to God.
It
So
happens
I'm
quick
not
when
saying
you
that's gonna
start
happen for
taking care of
everybody,
stuff. Yeah.
but that did happen to me.
That's crazy.
It jumped 100 points. But then some of those creditors that I disputed or whatever, because legally they have a certain amount of time to respond. If they don't respond, it's gonna drop. They're gonna take it off your credit report. And it's going to jump your credit up. So most of those people never responded. They may have closed out. They may have sold out their company, because that happens too, where your credit gets sold to another creditor and that type of thing. And
Yeah,
they
they
ain't
buy
done.
it. Yeah.
So it's ways, if you really want to get serious about it, really, it's your money. You're working hard for it. Most of us, I'm gonna just say, working hard for that money, and you shouldn't be giving it all away in interest.
Agreed.
Like you should
Agreed.
be saving that shit. Like if you can.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Talk to
Hey,
him.
Angelica. I don't
Damn.
know you, but hey, look.
Hi. Can y'all hear me okay?
Yeah, we
Hey,
can hear
what's
you.
going on?
Good evening to you.
Hey, I just wanted to jump up here and just
Good evening.
quickly add about credit in regards to our children. So a
Before
few
you go,
years ago,
Kelly, before
go
you
ahead.
go, and I'm sorry to interrupt you, I just wanted to say hi and bye. I got to drop, but I didn't want to drop without saying hi.
Bye,
Okay.
Candy Cane.
Hi,
Okay,
bye.
have a
Thank you for
good
your
night.
love.
Good
Take
night,
care.
everybody.
Take care.
So I can't remember who was mentioning it, but about, adding our children as like auth users to certain accounts to help them build their credit. So maybe about 4 or 5 years ago, a lot of the credit rules had started to change because it became pretty popular with a lot of the, during COVID, everybody wanted to get online and everybody was a financial expert, and, they started selling trade lines. And what the creditors ended up doing is that you can still add your children as authorized users, but depending on what accounts you add them to impacts their credit scores. And it also depends on what kind of credit they're trying to pull. So like it being different from them, like getting their first car or being a cosigner versus like getting their first credit card. So it's a little bit longer than I can explain to make it make sense. But I think if we're interested in helping our kids get like a good start, we should definitely look into like what types of accounts we're adding our children as authorized users to. Like if they're applying for a credit card, then adding them to your credit cards or lines of credit is okay. But if they're looking for like big purchases, it may be good for you to actually think, if you're a homeowner or if you have any like other open revolving lines of credit, to add them to those, like personal loans or to your mortgage loan servicer, so that way those accounts populate on their reports as well, because not all the time.
No,
I'm sorry.
I was going to add another one is travel credit cards, because they'll get the points and all that kind of stuff. That's good. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, it's just changed so much. Like, and the only reason that I say that is because, like, with the advent of the internet, everybody wanted to be a financial expert, and then there were like a whole slew of channels that wanted to sell trade lines, which at the time worked. But once creditors got hip to what people were doing, they started cracking down on it. So you could have your kid on every last one of your credit cards, but when they go and pull credit for like a big purchase, like for say a car, it may not even ever show because they're just an authorized user on the account. They're not like an account holder. So those are just things to consider. I just wanted to mention that.
I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you so much.
I just would, if I had kids, I would probably put them on whatever credit card has the largest limit or no limit. That's probably the one I would put them on, so they could build that. But you're absolutely right. You have to see like what your credit allows, because some credit cards, like I have this one Amex card that like it gives me a free like a passenger ticket every year.
Oh yeah.
Because it's with Delta Airlines, but it's American Express. So like once a year I get that. you know, for her having using that card.
It's a
And
big
other
part of it.
cards have all kinds of deals. So that's really what, to me, what's really important is like, what are you getting out of your credit card usage other than a purchase? You know what I'm saying? So it's
Mhm.
like, what are you getting money back? Are you getting miles? Are you getting whatever it is, free interest or no interest? What are you really getting out of it? Because that's, to me, where you really win outside of just building your credit.
Oh yeah, like cashback hopping is really popular with a lot of people. You know, well, I think it depends. Like if people like to travel, they're more into hopping with the travel cards. But I know a lot of folks, like when I look at their applications, they're really into like the cashback cards.
That's my
But they
husband.
they can hop around. They'll have a card for a year and then transfer the balance and then get another cashback bonus or something like that. So I mean, there's definitely a game to it. And I think for people who have kind of figured it out or just not even really figured it out, just played around with it enough to see what works for them. Like there is a little bit of passive income that it may not be a whole lot depending on if you're just working with like a regular income, but there's a little bit of perks to be made from it. So
Yep, I love it. My husband loves that. He always like, okay, what are we getting though? Because we need to get cash back. I swear to God, I'll be like, just let me buy this shit. Like, leave me alone. But he's very he's very methodical about everything.
yeah, I mean, even with, certain checking accounts as well, like transferring your balances over. I know a lot of folks that do that as well. You know, you hold your account with them. I think, what is it, like 6 months or something? And they'll give you like, several hundred in a cashback bonus, or they'll increase like the rates for the CDs if you hold them for 2 years or something like that. So there's always, you don't have to have a whole lot of money, but I know with certain banks, there are limits, like you have to have like certain amounts for deposits and things like that. But I mean, even if you're like working towards getting to that point, it's always something to consider. And then also, even with that money, like, I think one of my cousins, she hops, checking accounts a lot. And she ends up taking the money that she gets for her cashback bonus, and then she puts it into some account for kids or something like that. So,
Absolutely.
That's awesome. No, I didn't know you could do that with checking accounts. I've never done that.
Yeah.
But I do
Checking.
know that they do have certain, like how you were saying, certain things you can get with certain credit cards if you have a certain limit. So, you keep a limit of 15,000 in here in this particular account, you'll get X, Y, and Z for having
Right.
it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I knew about that, but I didn't know like, we're gonna give you a certain amount of money to just have this checking account. I have seen they'll send me offers like, help us, you have somebody come be a Chase banker, you'll get like $500 or something like that if you get
Sure do.
people to do it.
Yes.
Like, don't be helping. I'm not helping you get money.
The credit union does the same thing. You
I don't
bring
work for you.
somebody,
I can't carry you on my W-2s. No.
get that extra $300 just for a
Just
reference.
saying, DJ, did you go to sleep again or did you go fix a meal? Because I can't.
I definitely gonna fix something to eat.
What you
Skinny
eating,
nigga
DJ?
gotta eat.
What you
I tell
eating?
you, I'm eating steak and sweet potatoes and
You always eating some
Good
real
shit.
deal meal
That's
late
good
at
shit
night.
right there.
no,
But you go
because in
right
the
ahead. That
daytime
sounds
I
good.
don't be hungry, but in the nighttime, like my stomach be like that should be making noises and shit. I be hungry. So.
But hold on, DJ, just sidebar. You know how to cook steak?
No, my girl be cooking that shit.
Oh, shout out to her. You need to learn how to cook too, DJ, so you can cook for her too sometimes.
Look, I'm not. Look,
Don't
At
listen to
least
her.
one meal. I'm not saying you
because
need to cook for her.
if I know to cook, then I'll be having to cook all the time. So it's good that I
No,
don't.
you
That's
hear what
it.
I'm saying?
That's it.
Find one
It feel
meal
good.
that you're
It feel
good at
good to.
and
It
just
feel
make
good
that
to
meal
cook.
when you do cook.
It's
I'm gonna make you. You just
Oh,
say
I
it.
got shit that I know how to cook now.
But does
Uh-huh.
she like
Yeah.
the shit you know how to cook though?
Yeah,